The following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
I called it. Like, I 100% couldn't have done it any better than I did. I told everybody out there. The Bills were going to kick the literal shit out the Cowboys. And here we are. And what did they do? They ran the damn ball. James Cook, have a day, man. James Cook didn't get the game ball on Sunday, but I'll tell you what, on this podcast, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to give him my game ball. Although Josh, come on, Josh, breaking the record. Let's get a little round of applause for Josh real quick.
When they put that on the Jumbotron.
Hold on.
What's that?
One more round of applause for James Cook.
Jimbo.
I was going to say, let Jimbo cook. What were you saying, Travis?
When they put that stat on the Jumbotron, the whole stadium went crazy, chanting MVP. And it was kickoff. The Bills just scored, and the Cowboys were standing there, like, kicking their feet, like, all right, kick the ball. We're chanting MVP, and Dak's on the other sideline, the betting favorite MVP, and we're rooting for Josh Allen. Bill's sideline's getting hyped. Josh Allen actually got up off the bench to wave his hands up. That was hype.
That was
That
hype.
got me going.
That was hyped. That was one of the better MVP chants that I've heard. I mean, if you're the NFL, obviously, like, you got a guy like Brock Purdy, who's, I'm assuming, probably one of the highest betting favorites now.
He moved into the betting favorite.
I would say the betting favorite for the MVP. Probably the guy that'll, I'm going to assume, will likely get it at this point. I mean, the 49ers are just a powerhouse, and, of course, you know, that seems to be like more like a quarterback award now than anything.
Right.
But I just feel like if the Bills really continue to go on this run, there's no guy that's more deserving of that award than Josh Allen. And then they have to do it with an interim offensive coordinator in the last, 5-6 weeks of the season, 7 weeks of the season. So,
as we speak right now, he does lead the league in passing touchdowns, total touchdowns, and rushing touchdowns. Insane.
It is insane. It is insane. The one thing that I do just want to mention, how about Josh Allen not leading the league in interceptions anymore? And he's tied with Jalen Hurts, right?
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts.
He threw 2 to Love.
Wasn't Jalen Hurts like that guy just a couple of weeks ago? Like, what am I missing?
That's that stomach bug. It got to him.
Well, I thought he was gonna have that Jordan game last night. Nope.
No flu game.
Nope. Drew Lock.
Drew Lock.
That's one of the coldest sellies I've ever seen. I'm just gonna say.
I love when he hits that. I do love when he hits that. It's not often that you get to see it.
No, he's a bum.
Yeah, it's not often.
Let's be honest, boys.
Wow.
We're going to take it back from last week. Fraud.
Yeah, he's a fucking fraud.
Yeah.
It's my new favorite word.
Yeah, you do hand out the fraud award over there.
Yeah.
I like it. John.
The fraud awards.
The fraud awards at the end of the season. We're gonna really. John's gonna have his top 3 frauds in the season.
Okay, I'll throw one out there. Micah Parsons.
Fraud. Yeah.
Fraud against the Bills, at least. One assisted tackle, no other stats.
I was gonna say
him completely out of the game.
Yeah.
You know what the best part about it is they're obviously Spencer Brown had one of his better games as a Buffalo Bill.
Love it.
He handled what he had to handle. But you know what I noticed, and I noticed it a lot after the game, but I noticed it at the game. I really loved how James Cook would start at the left, Josh Allen's left side, then they just flip him to the right side and then run it to the left side. They ran at number 14, that linebacker. They ran at him the whole entire night.
Yeah.
And they left Micah Parsons unblocked on almost all of their runs. The guy could not stop the run. He couldn't stop a bloody nose to save his life. The guy couldn't do anything. You're right. An assisted tackle, you're supposed to be the best pass rusher in the NFL, or maybe the second best pass rusher in the NFL. I know T.J. Watt, that's probably one of the better pass rushers. But where you at, bro?
Dude, I said last week, I'm like, to negate a guy like that, you run at him. The Bills were like, no, we're just going to run the other way. Respect it. It worked.
Amen.
On Spencer Brown, dude, PFF, They ranked Spencer Brown with a 92.9 run blocking grade against the Cowboys. That is the best in the NFL among linemen in Week 15. Put a little respect on his name. I've been a Spencer Brown believer,
and I've been a Spencer Brown hater at times.
I know.
And here
I respect it. I respect it.
I will say, without that back injury, he's looking like a steal in the third round.
I think that's what a lot of fans forget is that was a big injury. That wasn't, and he missed a training camp.
Well, yeah,
he missed a whole off
so,
season.
I'm gonna say that back injury, and that's something that like it was nagging him the whole year, where it was like he was getting treated just to be able to play, like just to be able to feel well enough to get on the field, like not even perform the way he's been able to perform this season. He's been healthy and it's been different, man. Like Josh Allen, I will say, and I know he said it today. I think today in a press conference or maybe after the game, but this is like the best offensive line that he's ever had, and it is by far. Like passing, like the run game's just been nuts. I mean, I just, bro.
I said it last week, dude. They have maulers up there. They have maulers.
They do. Deion Dawkins took.
Thank you.
You know what I'm talking about.
He was doing his best Michael Oher impression.
He just took him and just kept going.
Dude, he took that linebacker 23 and a half yards or something. You know how they do the wide receiver, like how far they ran? Somebody drew one up on X. I laughed for probably 5 to 10 minutes at that.
Where are you taking him, Dawkins?
He just
to the bus. It was time for him to go home.
Yeah, dude, that was time for him. That was nasty.
It was time for him to go home. James, I mean, we cannot not talk about James Cook. I have to say it. I wanted to say this while I was in the car with him. We get to talking about we got about a 20-minute drive, so we get to talking about things, and I'm like, I'm rambling on about James Cook. I was like, nope, gotta wait. We're about to do the podcast. We gotta wait. But James Cook, that's the best playmaker on the Bills offense next to Josh Allen right now. Like, I understand they got Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is Stephon Diggs. That guy's him. I'm going to give him credit in a couple minutes for something. But James Cook, by far, is the most dynamic athlete the Bills have on their offense.
Said it last week, man. What else did I say? 25-plus touches.
And look, man. Look
what
got
happens.
The ball. So, quick little tidbit.
That's just them listening to BillsAholic Pod.
I would say they must listen to us. Being at the game this past week, I had 2 Cowboys fans behind me. We scored our first touchdown. The guy looks at me and says, I'm not worried. Funny enough, he leaves in the third quarter. So much for not being worried,
Oof.
right? What I do want to say is that right at halftime, I was like, damn. I looked at him, I said, we were up like, 21-3.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, just watch. I said, the Bills always find a way to what was working, completely go away from it in the second half. I said, James Cook right now has like 15, 16 carries. I said, they're going to shy away from him. I was completely wrong. I want to give credit to one guy in specific. One guy that needs a lot of credit here is Joe Brady. Joe Brady had his best game as an offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills this past Sunday, and it's plain as day because not only my biggest downside to that Chiefs win a couple weeks ago was I felt like in the second half they shied away from the run with James Cook. They got him. They took him out of the game, and that to me was like the biggest. That was the biggest downfall to his performance against the Chiefs. And then he calls a game against the Cowboys, keeps him involved the whole entire game. The guy goes, almost 200 rushing yards, almost 50 receiving yards. I think it was like 172 or 173 rushing yards, 42 receiving yards.
25 carries, 179 yards, touchdown. 2 catches on 3 targets, 42 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, so
221 yards total, 2 touchdowns.
Kept him involved, and I think it's just like Joe Brady, and he said it today. Like, he said it perfectly today. You don't it wasn't broken, so why fix it?
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix.
I just feel like there's a guy that we had at the offensive coordinator position 2 months ago that wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
It was working.
I said it last week, dude. I hated that he got away from the run game. Absolutely hated it. I threw it in my notes in the third quarter, I think. I threw it in my notes. What did I say? Absolutely love that Brady stuck to the run. Then I got a quick little stat on Brady, actually, from Matthew Bove. The guy, I don't know if you guys follow him. Yeah, he does some good work. Joe Brady has now been the Bills offensive coordinator for 4 games. His team has played the Jets, Eagles, Chiefs, and Cowboys, all top 7 defenses, I believe. The Bills have averaged 29.5 points in those games.
Against some of the
That's
best
a come up.
in the league.
That's a come up for that Bills offense, man.
That is a come up.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's and it's just like you said. I mean, yeah, you did point it out right after the Chiefs. You said
I
they shied
hated
away
it.
from the run game, and good football teams Like, they stick with what's working, and the best part about it is the Cowboys, that's a good defense again. Like, that's a very good defense. They got ballers on that side of the field.
But they got exposed.
The one thing I want to say is a winning football team, when you can run the ball like that, when the team knows that you're going to run the ball and you can still successfully run the ball, that's a winning football team.
Yeah.
That's that right there, as a Bills fan, I think I can collectively say, I mean, I've been watching the Bills since I remember when Trevor Edwards got that concussion, bro, like against the Cardinals. I want to say that I think that's the most, next to the Patriots playoff win, probably the most dominating performance I've ever seen from a Bills team. I mean, the line of scrimmage, you want to talk about winning the point of attack, the line of scrimmage, the Bills on offense and defense, they just never skipped a beat. Like, they never skipped a beat. Offense, I mean, we all saw on the first drive that one play where James Cook got stuffed for like 3 yards, and all of a sudden they pushed him for like a 12-yard gain.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, that starts with your running back keeping his legs moving, but dude,
If they don't get the crowd going, I don't know what does.
I'm just happy they didn't blow the whistle.
Oh,
They blew the whistle on Josh Allen
When he
escaped the sack, which might have saved his life because DeMarcus Lawrence was right there.
I wasn't mad at that at
all. No, and Josh was a little mad, but then I was like, oh my gosh, D-Law was right. He was right on his hip, right there, ready to kill him. Yeah, we were not.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't happy, but you know how it is during the game. It's all hot, but
So I don't know if you guys noticed because you were at the game. The Cowboys started on defense, and it's a big nickel. It's really a dime look because they have a slot corner that they like to play out there. They didn't get out of that one time. I was shocked. I'm like, it looks like they're just giving up. They started to bring a safety down, but you're running out there with almost, I think at one time they had 7 DBs on the field.
See, that's exactly.
I'm sitting there looking at that like, what is going on? Like, Dan Quinn doesn't make mistakes like that. I don't know. It was weird to me. It was super weird.
It felt weird. Like,
maybe that's what they saw.
And
7 DBs. Let's run.
That's exactly exactly.
100%.
Like exactly.
They never got out of it.
And then like to your point, after you pound the rock like that, it's like once you get into that one high safety look, it's exactly what the Bills want with a quarterback like Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Throw us a one safety high look, like, because then they can
never did.
I'm saying they didn't have to. The best part is that they never had to throw the ball. Like, the Bills are a dangerous football team in general with Josh Allen at the quarterback position. They're an even more dangerous team when Josh Allen doesn't even have to do anything. Because imagine having a unicorn of a quarterback back there that only has to throw the ball 15 times, doesn't even have to throw the ball for 100 yards.
94.
And the offense takes care of it. Like, if I would have told
7
you guys,
completions.
if I would have told you guys going into that game, Josh Allen's going to he's going to throw the ball 15 times. He's only going to complete the ball 7. He's going to be under 100 passing yards. You guys probably would have told me the Bills lost that game. Like,
I'd have told you got hurt in the first quarter.
Right. Like, we would have been like, damn, okay, the Bills didn't win this game. Like, that's just, to me, it's just like, that's a team you don't want to see in the playoffs. Like, if you're anybody in the AFC, that is a team right there that you do not want to see in the playoffs. Like, if you're in the AFC playoff race, you're probably hoping that the Bills don't fall on your playoff schedule. That's a scary team. If they can keep this run game going, they've been able to. They played some of the best run defenses in the last month of football, and here we are.
Yeah, they stay like this.
Did you guys catch Joe Brady's interview?
After the game?
Yeah.
No, actually.
So, as we know, Allen kind of alluded like, yeah, that wasn't the game plan. We didn't really want to run the ball 49 times. Joe Brady, he got asked about it, and he kind of like, he's such an awkward guy in interviews. I don't know if you guys have like watched him. He kind of like, kind of did one of those and was like, yeah, no, it wasn't really the game plan. But I mean, again, like, I just love that he stuck to it because
100%.
Like I said, dude, they did not get out of that dime big nickel look one time.
Yeah.
They played 2-man the whole time. Like on that Diggs catch, 2-man, bump and run with Gilmore. I was just shocked.
I'm just hoping Trayvon Diggs on the other side is like, damn, get me out of here.
Get me out of here.
Get me out of here.
Get 7 out of there.
Maybe I should go play with my little bro in Buffalo. I mean, my big bro in Buffalo. I saw them, like hanging out with each other before the game, like on the field. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, damn, Trayvon, your team's about to get fucked.
That's what you said.
In my head. Oh. In my head. But I was loud and clear the whole entire week about what I felt like was going to happen. I'll give myself a little pat on the back, man, because normally I'm not spot on like that. It was kind of badass to, have, like, in the comments on that, having people saying, all right, man, I'm checking back on this video after the Bills-Cowboys game when the Cowboys whoop y'all. It's like, Here we are, man.
Where
you at?
Go bookmark it.
Where you at, man? Because I was there. I was in the comments ready for you guys,
Damn,
and
you
you
were
guys didn't
right.
show back up. Had a couple people, damn, man, this guy called it. I had the recipe.
Well, so far this season, you've been on both sides of the spectrum. With the Eagles, you said fuck all the Eagles fans.
Chiefs
Bills and the
fans.
Blues. Yeah, I mean, okay, you're back on the heater horse here.
For now.
I'm feeling
now,
good
for
again.
now.
Yeah, he'll say some outlandish shit today and be completely wrong.
Yeah, what was I gonna say? We got the Chargers. I mean,
We got the Chargers. I mean,
It doesn't have to be about the Bills.
I was gonna say, I
okay.
usually
All right.
give me like the Raiders and Chiefs game, and I'll probably be like Raiders or something, and then that. Yeah,
O'Connell.
Ain't
shit
no
all over
O'Connell,
the
another
Chiefs.
60 piece. How you doing?
and there's no way I'm picking the Raiders, so
Oh,
don't
shit.
you worry. We'll cross that route when we get there, but that's not gonna come from me.
Damn.
Yeah, man. What?
I got a quick question for you guys. I don't know if you
I
saw
like
the
when you do
stat.
this.
Ooh.
Not sure
I
if you
like
guys
when
saw
you
the
do this.
stat.
John's
man.
questions.
Yes, dude.
Question
I
of
love
the day.
questions. Do you guys know how many yards before contact that Cook averaged in this game?
Before
Before
contact.
Before contact.
I'm going to go 3.6.
I'm gonna go 1.8.
4.2 yards before he got touched.
Wow,
Shout out O-line.
that is a shout out.
I
to
do
the
know when I
O-line.
saw that, I'm like average running backs average 4.2 yards
A carry.
a carry.
See,
Or not average, my bad. Good running backs. I said average. Oh, I'm tripping. Good running backs now average that. And he averaged that before contact.
that is impressive.
That number is crazy.
That is impressive. So the only reason that I went low was because I was like, James Cook was just like it felt like if somebody was like, he got the ball and somebody immediately was like in front of him to tackle him, he just absolutely shook him out of their boots, which was refreshing to see.
Yeah.
But I figured there was a lot of runs where like he took it and like it felt like he snuck through like the pile and then like all of a sudden squirted out for like an
Yeah.
extra 6 yards or something. Wow,
Yeah, that's a
Wow.
really, really big number there.
that's my offensive line, man.
Yeah. They played
Offensive
great.
line. I got a question for you guys after Travis goes here.
Love
Oh,
it.
I was just going to say we were talking on the way up, and we were watching James Cook run. He just makes one jump cut, and then he just runs forward. Not all this dancing. Just make one simple cut, and then he's off to the races.
He quite literally reminds me of prime Le'Veon Bell.
Because he's
It's
very patient. dude.
Crazy.
He's very patient. He's fat. I think he's faster than what Le'Veon Bell was.
Probably.
That's a good comparison because I could definitely see the patience. At
He's
the line.
very
Yeah.
patient. Like that's the one thing I did want to say. Like watching James Cook, and especially like the seats that I have is like perfect. Especially
yeah,
if they're
they're
going
right.
away from me.
Yeah.
Is like he gets the ball and like he sits there for a second. As soon as he sees a hole, it's like bam, he hits it. Dude.
I like your
Like-
seats. You can see the holes open up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Right
it's
down the
it's
middle.
especially good on like kickoffs and stuff like that too. So,
Oh, yeah.
but like runs like that, like it's noticeable that like he's very smart when it comes to like, okay, as soon as I see a hole, I hit it. Like it's and I mean it's just it was really refreshing to see from a Bills running back for sure. I want to ask you James Cook question.
I'm
James
ready.
Cook question. At this point, I mean, James Cook's nearing 1,000 yards rushing this year. The guy's been an
We'll have
animal.
our first one since
He's
Brady.
Under 50 yards away.
So he's been an animal in the. I think he's actually less than that, bro.
Is it? No, I'm saying under 50 yards.
Oh, I thought you said
Yeah.
150.
No. He's
Oh.
under 50
Oh,
yards
my fault,
away.
my fault.
I think
I
It's
he's,
like 42, 46.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
he's at
I don't know why I
948
thought you
right
said
now.
150. I was gonna
You're
say.
good. You're good.
What we've seen this year, I mean, he's been effective in the run game. He's been especially effective in the pass game. Where does he rank in your guys' top running backs in the league, man? I mean, there's a lot of dogs in the league right now, but James Cook, all of a sudden coming out of that shell, like
As of right now.
this second half of the season, real quick. The second half of the season, I mean, James Cook has shot up. I mean, he was 8th, 9th for rushing yards for a little bit there. He's now 2nd in the NFL. That's not a fluke. James Cook is coming out of his shell, and he's playing good rush defenses.
He's third in total yards.
All-purpose?
All-purpose yards behind Tyreek Hill and
Probably
Christian
CMC,
McCaffrey.
yeah.
Yeah, that feels good. But where do you guys got him on your list?
I got McCaffrey 1.
100%.
You can't do Eckler this year.
No. I wouldn't even put
Eckler.
I wouldn't even put Derrick Henry there. His
No, not
his efficiency numbers are
Josh Allen's got
god-awful.
more rushing touchdowns than Derrick Henry and Joe Mixon, by the way.
Man, this is
They both got 10.
yeah.
Allen's got
This is
11.
kind of tough because I want to put ETN up there.
You've been slipping a little bit.
I just think
I
based
think
off.
I definitely have him top 5.
I was gonna say, I think
definitely
based off
top
this
4.
second half of the season,
Yeah.
I think he's in the top 4.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be arguments going into the next season that because you got to imagine he's just been a part of the game plan against these the best rushing defenses in the NFL. Dude, good running backs. I mean, he's putting up good numbers against really good defenses, especially run defenses.
He'll be high on fantasy boards next year. That's for sure.
I think that's for sure, especially if. Now,
Yeah,
how about
that's tough?
how about
I gotta
this, though?
think about that. I'm gonna think about that throughout the.
Joe Brady, the biggest nag on Joe Brady was not running the football with Carolina, and of his almost month and a half of being the offensive coordinator now, the wide receiver numbers have just completely dropped, and James Cook his stock has just completely went up.
Oh yeah,
a little night and day here.
That's a quick turn. Yeah, that's a interesting turnaround.
That's a coach that's getting his playmaker the ball. I was saying it the whole entire game. I was like, he just keep giving him the football, man, because it's just so awesome to see, dude. I know I'm pounding the table. It's probably beating a dead horse at this point, but bro, it is so awesome to see James Cook in this offense. It's so nice to not. It doesn't have to be Stephon Diggs 100% of the time anymore. It's just so nice to see. We haven't seen a good running back since, like you said, Shady.
We're not one-dimensional anymore. It's refreshing.
Definitely
Teams were looking for us to throw the ball, and we can do both. It's refreshing. Starts with the O-line.
Yeah, I was gonna say Carolina didn't have not even one player as good as anybody on our O-line. But also, if you guys because you guys are always at the games, but I didn't get the exact number, but I'm pretty sure at least one out of every 2 or 3 run plays, somebody was pulling.
Yeah.
That's why they were leaving. That's why they were
Edwards,
leaving
right?
Micah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but there was a couple of Spencer Brown polls. There was a couple of Spencer Brown polls that I
Spencer
saw
Brown,
where I
yep.
was like, damn, he got ahead of steam and he was clearing some paths.
Yeah.
I
So
think
it's
I thought you were talking about eligible.
not often
no,
you see
no,
a tackle pull, man.
I was gonna say the tackle pull. It's a pin pull kind of action. So you pull your tackle, everybody down blocks. I mean, it's just an extra blocker out in front. I mean, I love seeing it just because we haven't really had. Osiris Torrance and McGovern are very athletic, and we haven't really had that. So
The guard,
since Incognito was pretty good at pulling, but
now you have
this is kind of
solidified
scary.
guards. Like Cybo's looking like
And they're
an
here
absolute
for a little while too.
Yeah, Cybo's
Yes,
looking like an
yeah.
absolute steal in the second round this past year. Conor McGovern on a 3-year deal? 3 or 4? So he's got a
Something
couple
like
more years with the Bills. And then
biggest
Deion Dawkins, I'm going to continue to say it. Deion Dawkins is notorious for having a couple holding calls or something. But Deion Dawkins is having the best year of his career.
I think he's only got 2 this year.
Yeah, he's having the best year of his career.
Stats-wise, yes.
It's
And you can see it.
He's of the tackles. If I'm not mistaken, that's Josh Allen's blind side. That's the most important tackle position. Obviously, the right tackle. I'm not saying there's not a non-important position on the offensive line.
Yeah, right.
But protecting your quarterback's
you want
blind
a good
side
left tackle.
and doing a damn good job at it the whole entire season has been Deion Dawkins. I want to give some credit where credit's due there because shout out to him. But again, shout out to Spencer Brown because the guy had probably his best game as a Buffalo Bill against one of the best defensive lines. One other thing, I got some stock rise in here. Ty Johnson continuing to impress. Getting Ty Johnson involved. Kind of feels like Latavius Murray's taking a little bit of a step back from not really inside, obviously, like the red zone. They love to put him out there because the guy's just he's a bull. He puts his head down. He's another guy that keeps those legs turning. And he scored a touchdown like that this past week.
I was gonna say Ty Johnson. He did have an injury. He was on the injury report. I'm thinking maybe we let him rest for a week against the Chargers. Have this game, Fournette
is itching to come in the game.
Please,
Now,
for the love of God.
I would say he is.
I'd like to see Ty with the vet rest.
Itching to get in the
injury
game.
rest.
He's ready. I will say now at this point you're in a good spot if you're a practice squad play. If you have guys on the practice squad that haven't been called up once this season, you can get called up 3 times. You got 3 more games left this season. Then you got unlimited call ups in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So he's probably in a good spot
I think
to
that's
see
a name
see
to
a call
watch
up.
this week.
I think I was just about to say I actually have that on my notes. I think that's a name to watch. I do want to say I think Ty Johnson in the last 4 games, I have to say you almost want to call a guy like Leonard Fournette up for these last 3 games because obviously Latavius Murray's a little bit older. He's on a 1-year deal. But Leonard Fournette is a couple years younger than Latavius. You got something there with Ty Johnson. You have a 1-2 punch between Ty
definitely.
Johnson and James Cook. And if you can get a little bit of a sample size of what Leonard Fournette's got left in the tank these next couple weeks, maybe there's your power back next year. You might have your 3 running backs for next year already on the roster. I know Damon Harris is also here on IR, but we'll see how that all shakes out. Want to touch on some defensive guys here. My game ball on the defensive side of things. You want to know who it goes to?
Tyrell Dotson.
I got a linebacker. I'm going Terrell Bernard. Now Terrell Bernard, he had a lick on Tony Pollard at one point. That was one of the big hits that didn't get called, which thank God. Because I thought the only I will say that Terrell Dotson one after watching it, it was like, okay, that's an exceptional call.
Yeah,
but I'll be honest with you, give me that hit all day. Dotson can smack people, dude. Like he's got some hit power behind him. Taylor Rapp one I thought was just a little stupid because like his forearm brushed his face mask, dude. Like he did. You can tell he tried to avoid him, bro. Like,
that one's whatever. Just because Rapp's a tone setter.
He is.
He's a tone setter.
He can hit
too. He's gonna come over the middle. He's gonna hit you hard. It's a tone setter. I mean, that was the hardest hitting Bills game I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Physical on both sides of the ball.
As simple as that. So,
physical on both sides of the ball.
Rapp is a guy that he's gonna take those penalties. I mean, he did it with the Rams. I mean, but that's why that Rams defense was so good. They set a tone every single time, every single game. I meant.
He kind of the only thing that he scares me about is he just kind of flies around like a piss missile and like he'll hit somebody.
Yeah,
and he kind of just doesn't care who he hits. Sometimes it
Yeah.
seems like because some of our guys have been on the opposite end of those hits. Like didn't Teron Johnson get absolutely smacked?
Yeah.
And somehow Teron Johnson got up and ran off the field. Like and Raph was the one that got put in the ambulance. That's crazy. But I got two position groups that I want to go over. Cornerbacks, again, that's stock rising. Rasul Douglas is looking like a steal at the deadline. Like that's looking like an absolute steal. I thought Christian Benford had a pretty good game. Christian Benford is again one of my of our cornerbacks before Rasul Douglas was here. Probably my favorite cornerback. He's super. Like I love when he's want to talk about physicality. He's another really physical guy. I like that. Defensive line. Ed Oliver is making that contract look nicer and nicer every single game. The guy, he's becoming a difference maker every week. Like I feel like he just improves a little bit more, and it just seems like I don't even know when he's gonna plateau, but it just he's improving. It sucks. Jordan Phillips probably had his best game as a Bill this past week, and of course he bangs up his wrist. Those four guys, I got their stocks rising. Unfortunately, obviously, when I put that down, that was before the news that Jordan Phillips had wrist surgery, so that kind of sucked.
Right after the game.
He's week to week.
He'll be here for the playoffs.
It doesn't seem like it's one of those.
Club on it.
I don't even think it's going to be. I think he might wrap it up, but it doesn't seem like it was one of those injuries that's going to require a cast for 2 months or anything.
I can definitely see Puna Ford getting active.
He has been the biggest bust.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't get on the field. Like, he's
no
a
active
healthy
every
scratch every week.
No need for him.
Well, and they have so much depth at the defense attack position, and poor Puna Ford because guess whose 21-day window just opened up today? Daquan Jones. Like I don't think we'll see Daquan Jones the next 2 weeks. I think you might get him back for the Miami game.
Yeah, McDermott said you definitely won't see him this week. But
I mean, why would you?
There's a chance against the Patriots. Yeah, you literally just don't need him. But dude, if you can get him back and he plays half of what he was.
Yeah. The one thing with Puna though is he's been there all year, and they bring in a 57-year-old Linval Joseph and beats him out for the job. So I like Puna. I know everybody loved when they signed him, but I mean it's
because we didn't.
It's no secret that the guy isn't getting on the field.
Yeah. Well, and there's also and you know you're 100% right about that because there's also no secret that if there's a guy out playing somebody, McDermott has absolutely no problem putting him on the field.
Yeah, 100%.
On defensive side, especially the defensive side. But you know who I think might be coming back, like probably this week that I think I have a lot. Like I give him a lot of shit. I give this guy a lot of shit, and I think Kyrie Elam comes back this week. Now I want to say something. What all of us didn't know before he went on IR was that he had he said he had one of his worst injuries on his ankle or something like that throughout the beginning of the season. Trying to play cornerback number 1 with a banged up ankle where you had to go on IR for it. I mean that's tough. Like I think he gets a chance to potentially show us what he's got a little bit. Like. I mean,
it's going to be hard to beat out Benford, though.
It's going to be hard to beat out Benford. It really is.
Rasul.
But, hey, it's at least not – well, he's not.
He's not beating out Rasul.
So Rasul Douglas.
It's
it's CB1, man.
Yeah, Rasul Douglas. Rasul Douglas has given us reasons to maybe have conversations in the offseason about potentially some kind of – I think he's given us conversations to potentially release a certain guy in the cornerback room. If you had to ask me.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So.
Does his name start with
a T? Yeah, and his
Does he
last
have
name's
a
White.
Goalie Academy?
He has a goalie academy, and I don't think he'll be a Buffalo Bill next year.
cap casualty?
You
Yeah, dude, he's
You think
right.
You think I want to be? You think I want to be that guy that is like, we got to get rid of Trey White. I love Trey White, but
Sabres do need him. You know why? Because they're currently losing 7-1.
all right, man, ship him to.
Who's in goal?
I have
Oh, it was Levi. Send him back down to Rochester.
God, dude.
Y'all are gonna get me hot over hockey again.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even watch.
I
them
had
anymore.
to say this.
I quite literally don't even watch them anymore.
7-1.
Columbus. We go out and beat Vegas.
And then they're gonna lose to the Blue Jackets. I don't watch them anymore, dude.
All right, back
literally
to
don't.
football, man. I did want to point out the Bills did only give up 195 total yards, and like 80 of that came on the last drive when we had
Garbage time.
Travis Keane playing safety.
Travis Keane was out of the stadium, so
I was gonna say we were in the ECC lot.
But
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean-
Travis Keane playing safety.
hey man,
I fucking love
I
that
had
shit.
4 picks my senior year.
He was a ball hawk, dude. I used to
Damn.
watch those games on my phone, man. Give
Nice.
Travis some credit where credit's due.
let's go.
Primetime Keane.
Dude, I'm gonna give McDermott some love too, man. None of us like him. That's not as as a head coach. None of us really are vibing with him. Stop, dude.
I already said.
Pull it
You
up.
could pull the tape up. I already said I might be taking a couple of steps back as far as if he can go on this run. Like, if he can truly go on this run, which maybe I overreacted because, damn, it feels like the Bills do this every single year where they go on these runs. Maybe I'm falling into what I said don't fall into a month ago when I was like, don't fall into him, getting you back to the playoffs and getting knocked out or something. Maybe I'm in the process of getting bought back in. I might just be.
All right, I'll stick to my guns since 2018. Still don't like him as a head coach, top 5 defensive coordinator. But what he did with Terrell Dotson, kind of like what he did with AJ Klein. Yeah, AJ Klein when Tremaine Edmonds was out a couple years ago. You find a way to get him on the field because behind him, Dorian Williams is not good right now. He's very raw. He's not.
He's not getting on the field.
Reason he's not on the field, but
Balen Spector played, by the way.
I know I saw that, but he kind of formed Terrell Dotson into what he does best, which is run stopping, as we know. But watching him play coverage now, I mean, I have no clue. I give a lot of credit to Bobby Babich, which is the linebackers coach now. He was the safeties coach. I want to give him some props too.
Cover better now.
Yeah, right.
Especially guys
But
like Dotson.
I mean, dude, like McDermott, Babich, and Eric Washington, they might be the best defensive player. What's the word I'm looking for? No, like
Oh, you mean like
bringing up
like
development
yeah.
coaches. What they do with what they have is just it's crazy. I mean, you look at Terrell Bernard and Dodson, like that is crazy to
Perfect
me.
example. I mean,
Yeah, that is crazy.
Last year, you'd have told me, you'd have said Terrell Bernard was the starting linebacker, and I'd have been like, oh my God, we're fucked.
Right?
I'd have told you that because he's on. All you hear is the guy's undersized.
Mhm.
He's a third round pick if I'm not mistaken last year.
Yeah.
It's just like if you'd have told me he's the guy, I'm like, oh shit, dude. All right, yep, all right.
Yeah, I remember last year when Micah Hyde and Poyer were like, yeah, dude, this kid's going to be so special. This,
And he
I'm like,
is.
what are you smoking? It's like, this guy's like 5'7".
He's probably
He is a baller.
Yeah, he might.
He's a baller.
He's single-handedly, like I said after. I mean, this was weeks ago. I mean, this is probably months ago now. Dating myself back to close to like the beginning of the season. He has made more plays in this season, and he's looked more like solidified as a middle linebacker than any season that I've seen Tremaine Edmonds play linebacker for the Bills.
Did have a pick six, by the way.
Which and of course he did, and of course in classic Bears fashion they lost. We needed it and they lost. Which, by the way, thank you, Gene, because I picked the Bears because you told me to and I was wrong. But Terrell Bernard looks great. Terrell Dotson. I mean, me and you, Terrell Dotson. We sat there, I think, watching the Bengals game with each other, and I hated the guy.
Dude, I was like, calm down. It's okay. You're like, he fucking sucks. I'm like, dude.
Well, bro, because
Give him a little time, dude. 'Cause we also kind of did forget he is a true middle linebacker, and like an old-fashioned middle linebacker plays the run really well. he's playing that will linebacker. He is an off-the-ball linebacker in this defense, and it just took time.
I think he's a baller now. Like,
Yeah.
I think he's a baller.
He can play.
I think the Bills truly have a solid group, like 3 solid linebackers. Once Matt Milano comes back, you got a group there that's just like, damn, all 3 of them are ballers. That's credit. That's credit.
They also
to
went to that dime look with Poyer in the box. They took Dotson out. Yep.
I
Just
saw
on
that.
obvious
By the way,
passing.
there's a conversation that I think needs to be had. A super low key conversation that I watched a lot of. I mean, the guy got an absurd amount of playing time this past week, and he played, I think, relatively well. Cam Lewis.
He still sucks.
I think me and you can have this.
Fraud alert.
Not even. Cam Lewis, again, a guy that I think is still quite raw as far as his talent. I'm gonna say I think after you lose a guy like Micah Hyde potentially this season, I think there's a guy there's conversations. There's conversations to be had that I think he might give you a run for that job. I like Cam Lewis, man. I understand the whole Justin Jefferson thing.
He stepped up since last season.
It's not
I'll give
even
him that.
Honestly, it's not even that one play for me. It's the fact that he's been here for a handful of years, and the only time he finds his way onto the field is when we're blowing a team out or there's an injury.
Right, but you got to think like the guy's buried before this season, and maybe I'll say before last season, is buried behind the best 2 safety tandem in the NFL.
Yeah, but he also plays corner and slot corner and this,
And that's
and
why
he
that's
never finds his way onto a starting lineup.
And you're 100% right about that. But even before this last season, again, the Bills had Tre'Davious White come back last year, Christian Benford, Kyrie Elam. I mean, they've always had these guys that are supposed to be in front of them.
Yeah, but it's always with McDermott. It's always an open tryout.
It is.
Benford took that job from Elam. Why couldn't that have been
Sixth round
Cam
from
Lewis?
Villanova.
That's my only thing with him.
Cam
I
Lewis
mean,
is a safety,
he
man.
makes plays. I'll give it to him, but he's also gonna get hurt if he plays 16 games. We've
Hey,
seen
man.
it already.
Hey man, I liked what I saw on the defensive side.
I respect it.
I don't blame you.
I
The
respect
thing
it.
about Cam Lewis and the reason that he's almost a lock to make the roster if you had to ask me next season, because the guy's just so versatile. Like, you're right, he can play corner, he can play safety, and he was the most effective special
teams
teamers. I mean, every kickoff he was the guy that was in on the tackle every
And
time.
we know if you're a core special teamer, you'll make this team.
And he can play two different positions on defense, and he's a good special teamer. So I think he offers a lot. But I'm just saying, man, there was a guy that I can remember before the 2017 season, the Bills took a chance on him, Micah Hyde, guy that could play a couple of different positions on defense. I'm pretty sure at one point was listed as a corner and a safety for the Packers, and was a core special teamers. He signed here, and McDermott, I'm not going to say McDermott turned him into what he was, but you got to probably
Bobby Babbage.
Bobby Babbage probably has to have a lot of credit where credit's due for that. And I'm just saying, Ty Johnson, Cam Lewis. Just saying, there's a lot of similarities.
I respect
They're
it. I
almost
really
built
do.
the same. There's a lot of similarities there.
Can I give my crazy take really quick?
Yeah.
I think Kyrie Elam finds his way to be a safety one day. I really do.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
so.
He has the exact build to be a safety.
He does, but he's like he sucks in zone.
Yeah, I mean, zone's different as a corner though, because you're playing a flat. You might
Either
play a
playing
hook.
flat, or you might be playing.
You might be playing a deep third.
Yeah. You're not playing over
I
the
can
top.
see it. It's crazy. It probably won't happen. He has the build. I
don't-
look at him. I'm like, that's a safety.
I've been on Madden before, and I've put him at safety.
Okay, yeah, that relates.
And then
Did he
he's
do good?
No, he's a third string. He's a 74
okay.
overall.
Damn. Okay.
He's buried, and the quarterback from Cam Lewis is above him.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
I'm just kidding.
Cam Lewis is like a 66, and man.
All right. Last thing with Bobby Babbage, just because I love the
I
guy.
love the Bobby Babbage hype, too.
Dude, I just love him.
That's why I
He's
love
a
this.
bad bitch.
Dude, I don't know what possessed me to just look up his career. Don't know why, but he turned Micah Hyde and Poyer into all pros, and then his dad retired, moves down to being a linebacker coach, and he made Matt Milano an all pro. This guy's special. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know why. This week I'm all about Bobby Babbage.
But I like it, man.
I don't know.
I like it. I like the love for him.
I'm
but
done.
all around, really super good game. A game that the guy to the left of me here picked against the Bills. Could have
I
told
said
you.
I was happy to be wrong.
Could have told you how
There's
that was going to
one
go.
thing I'm going to be wrong about. I'm glad it was that.
Yep.
Not me.
100%.
I picked
But
the
I would
Bills,
say, hey,
'cause I'm
but
not
there
them.
was 2 guys at the table that were confident in their team.
All right.
Yeah, by the way, those 2 guys also picked the Jets.
Didn't say we were exactly always correct.
I will
Didn't
say,
say-
though, that's the one and only time I'm picking against the Bills this season.
Really? You don't got the Chargers beating them like I do this week?
Oh, Easton Stick's going to throw all over their defense.
Interim
It's gonna
head
be
coach
Will
game,
Greer.
dude?
Amen.
They're going to get
I
that
was-
interim head coach boost.
I was about to say, please, please.
Travis has a history. Hey, you mentioned their interim coach has history.
Oh, yeah. He was their outside linebacker coach. You remember when we were in that GIF thing?
Yeah. Oh boy.
GIF Smith. Giff-Smith.
So,
Giff.
Mm-hmm.
He's been named the interim head coach.
Oh, boy.
Coincidentally enough, he started his coaching career with the Bills, 2010 to 2012, serving as our D-line coach. A little bit of history over 14 years ago, but that's a cool.
Oh, okay, yeah. 2010, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah,
the
okay.
maths.
Yeah.
the math
close.
is math and
Okay,
close.
I guess we're
almost.
We're real close to. I mean, we are on our Christmas
Close
special here, so you're pretty close.
This is the Christmas special. Hey, let's take a look here.
He got a little.
Look who's still with us.
He got a little chilly.
Brr.
Bundle up. It might be chilly.
Shout out Tasker.
Homer Tasker.
Oh, it didn't go. All right, that's fine. I got you, Homer. I got you. Just trying to make sure.
Yeah,
you're
I didn't
warm
read
over
too
there.
much into that, but I thought it was a quick little nugget.
You always
Now-
gotta look.
Now I will say, there's a little surprise here apparently for me and you, John. Something that we're all gonna watch together that Travis knows about and Tank knows about. Travis did lose the stipulation, so finally,
I want your guys' live reaction.
it's not
I'm
me.
waiting for this.
And here we go, man. I'm ready to watch it.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna have to saddle up for a second because I'm just realizing that I didn't turn the sound on. So the viewers will see it right now.
Less than 30 minutes away.
They won't be able to hear it until
Game time. Got my poncho on because it's
now.
downpouring.
So what I'm gonna do is turn it off and we're gonna run it back. Here we
Okay,
go.
all right, I like it.
It's like we
3,
never watched it.
2, 1.
We're less than 30 minutes away from game time. I got my poncho on because it was downpouring. But as of right now, the rain's pulling up. We'll see when the first quarter comes. All right, I'm down to 1 layer and a half with 5 seconds left.
We tried. We tried
I'll
it.
have to
We're gonna have to take a
I'll
look
have-
back at that. Hey, if y'all really want to watch it, it'll be on the
I
channel.
was gonna say I'll have to take a look at that. I'll have to take
Damn
a look
it.
at that when
I
we
want your
upload it.
guys' live reaction.
That-
I'd say that's the first time that's ever happened.
All right, the reason why I wanted your guys' live reaction. What?
You don't want us to react. You don't want us to just see it at some point.
No, because I'm not gonna be with you when you guys see
Okay,
it.
fair enough. Okay.
I could play it after we.
Oh, we'll play it after.
All right, we'll play it.
It's a pleasant surprise. I mean, that's a little teaser. It's a little teaser.
That's a little teaser. I'm excited. It's nice to see that he was up there and he.
You want to try again?
We'll give it a
Send
shot.
it.
We'll give it a
Just
shot.
send it.
Maybe it was just a little fluke. We'll see.
I was just waking up.
We're not picking yet.
We're less than
Nope, it's dead.
Damn it.
We'll watch it after. We'll watch it after.
Damn. I really wanted your guys' live reaction right here.
You will still hear it. It just won't be live. It'll just be live in person.
Damn.
What
Yeah.
the hell? Sorry about it.
No, you're good.
We'll
You're
see.
good.
You're good.
You're good. But yeah, what a week, man. Not the best week for the Bills as far as like what could have happened in the AFC. Obviously, there's pretty much every team that the Bills needed to lose pretty much won. Shout out to the not shout out, but the Vikings had the Bengals and we won't even
I
go
was
there.
so mad.
I would say they had them.
The Bears had the Browns.
Yeah, they had them, and the Titans had the Texans. They managed to mess that one up too.
Yeah.
The Colts just had the Steelers pretty much the whole entire time, so you can't. Really say-
That first half.
Yeah, I was sitting
what
there.
didn't it end 30-6 or something like that?
Yeah,
So,
the first half was ugly.
yeah. So what happened was the way the game started, 13-0 Pittsburgh. It was looking a little grim, but then I think once Gardner Minshew scored going into half, that's when they just didn't look back from
Things
there.
looked
30-0 run. Steelers are dead. Sorry.
Minshew Mania
Things
came out
looked
right
up.
after that. I was watching that game. I was watching Red Zone. I'm like, dude, the Colts again? I'd go on my phone. Colts again?
Hey, it don't matter who's playing. Fight and find a way to win. I've been saying it for weeks.
I love it, man.
Garner's been saying it for weeks. I love to see it, man.
He will be a starter somewhere.
I wouldn't go that far.
I think he's going to be a starter somewhere next year.
How about this? I mean, since we weren't able to play the video, we have a little time for a different conversation here. And we were talking about on Tank Talk yesterday. The backup quarterback position is way more valuable than it's ever been. Typically, you would see a backup come in and fill a role, play well, get a contract somewhere else. There's been a long list of quarterbacks that have done that and not have performed as good as a starter elsewhere. But now I think what you're going to see, especially after this season, how many teams? 12 teams are dealing with this, and a good portion are playoff teams.
Mm-hmm.
So what I think is going to happen is a lot of these backups that are playing now, I think they're going to stay put right where they're at. Jake Browning, if I'm Cincy, you keep him just in case. If you're Indy, because Gardner's on a 1-year contract, keep him again just in case. Joe Flacco will get a job. So I don't know. Maybe he stays in Cleveland. That might be a little different story. But what do you guys think of the value of the backup quarterback position as we stand today?
I think the backup quarterback position. It's funny you point that out because like it's really you're right. That's something that like you really wouldn't talk about too much before this past season. But you see a lot of teams here that are down to their backup quarterbacks, like you alluded to. A lot of teams are in the playoff race, and it's something that like I feel like is a little bit unique to just this season. But I feel like this is something you're going to see a lot going forward. Like, the Colts are a prime example, man. Like, you thought – I don't know, but when I thought Anthony Richardson went down, I was like, damn, that's tough. Like, if it gave me a lot of the feelings of, like, when Josh Allen got hurt in his rookie year, it was just like, all right, that's it, pack it in. Like, and Gardner Minshew keeps you guys alive. And then you got the Browns who have had a different quarterback for almost every week. And
Joe
Flacco the last couple of weeks.
He's balling
getting
out.
it done. And then you look to the Bengals, and the Bengals, like you said, Browning. But then you look at a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers who don't have one. And the reason I bring them up is because they don't have a good backup quarterback. They're quickly falling out of the playoff race now. So I think when you look around the league and you see these teams that have lost their starting quarterback and they're still in the playoff race, then you look at some of them that were in the playoff race and now they're out of the playoff race without their starting quarterback. I think that's a perfect example of, it means more. The backup quarterback position is more important than I think it's been in years past. I think especially this season, and I think it's something you'll see going forward. I think it's definitely something that's incredibly important.
It's because of last year's NFC Championship game when,
that's a prime example
when Brock
too.
Purdy went out. Teams realized, oh man, okay, yeah, this might be important, because you saw a lot of teams with young starters bring in veterans. Like we had this conversation with the Bills. We literally had a battle for backup quarterback this year. Like
Case Keenum this past weekend.
He played.
Played and won.
I think after that game, teams really realized, okay, yeah, we can drop $2 to $3 million on a pretty solid guy because
you might need it. You might need it, especially in December, man. Like when for footballs, this is the most important time of the year. So
and this upcoming draft is going to be interesting too, just for that sole fact. For those teams, like even for the Steelers, if they decided to stick with Kenny Pickett, don't be surprised if they see him draft a quarterback in the later round that has like had a good college career. DTR, for example, I mean, the Browns had Deshaun Watson, $200-something million guaranteed. They still draft DTR. 100%. I mean, it's going to be a trend. You're going to start seeing it.
100%.
It's definitely a conversation.
I mean, that's something that it might not even go as far as like the Bills. The Bills might address like that in the middle of the draft, or they might bring something. I mean, every year,
way too early mock drafts.
Every year, the Bills have always like. I mean, we've had a couple of different. I mean, Mitch Trubisky was just here 2 years ago, and then last year, who was it? It was Keenum last year for the Bills, and then this year's Kyle Allen. Every year, it's somebody. It appears to be somebody new. Obviously, I don't know what Kyle Allen brings to this offense. I know the offense is incredibly different with him in there, but
hey, I think he only came in for a couple snaps. So it was the Giants, or I could be wrong. I thought it was the Giants game, but
who, Kyle Allen?
Oh, yeah. Where Josh had to go at the time. Yeah.
But that's not a good sample size.
No, so it's just like you don't really know what
Especially
you got with
when
that.
they just run the ball.
Right. But
Until Josh comes
I think
back
that's going to be important. I think that's a really good point, and I think that's something that's going to be very important.
You're going to see a lot of young quarterbacks start flying around this. I think in this free agency period, this offseason, I was just looking like a guy like Trey Lance. He's gonna land somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, there's gonna be a team that'll bring him in just
give him a shot. Yeah.
I mean, a young guy and he's mobile, so.
And that's
we'll see.
That's kind of like the new thing for quarterbacks, like bigger quarterbacks that can run the ball and they can throw the
Draft
ball.
class is loaded with them too.
Yeah. So it's just the new that's just the new wave.
My
for
only issue
quarterbacks.
with like those late round quarterbacks is like you just see that Ohio State quarterback McCord commit to Syracuse.
Yeah.
He was terrible with quite literally the best offense in college football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's like stats only say so much. You know, you saw it with Bryce Young this year, which he's in a fire. I mean, that
I'm not going to judge him till
No, Carolina
his
is
third
terrible.
season.
You put any quarterback in that offense, you got no offensive line.
Yeah.
Your weapons have been rather lackluster this year.
Yeah.
It's like it's a tough offense to be successful in for sure. It's a terrible offense to have for your.
Tell you what,
first-round
boys, it
quarterback
feels
in.
good to have a franchise quarterback. Though.
It feels amazing
Oh,
to have a
it feels great.
franchise quarterback.
Sure does.
It feels amazing. It feels amazing to have a franchise quarterback that is, like I said, a unicorn of a quarterback. Like a guy that can throw it down your throat 45 times, or he will put his head down and he'll take on your linebacker. He'll try to jump over him. I mean, you just don't know what the guy's going to do, and that is sometimes scary, but it's sometimes the best feeling in the world. Like, I
Sure
did
is.
say, when Josh Allen took off for one of his rushes right up the middle of the field and he, like, took on the linebacker and then dragged the linebacker for another, like, 4 yards, I was just sitting there like, that is the Josh Allen that you don't want. That like as a fan of the team playing against the Bills, that's the Josh Allen where it's like, yeah, we're fucked. Yeah, okay, yep. Like this guy, when he gets like this, when he's having fun playing football, which by the way, since Joe Brady's been the offensive coordinator, the guy's having fun. The guy's having fun.
It all comes
And,
back
like,
to Joe Brady.
I would say when he's having fun playing football, you want nothing to do with the guy. You want nothing to do with the guy. And God, it's so nice having Josh Allen as our fucking quarterback.
Definitely one of the luckier
Buffalo
teams in the
deserves
NFL.
Buffalo deserves that at the quarterback position.
So what happens, man? You have some success, you're gonna have fun. You're gonna play ball.
Absolutely. I think
Gotta bring up something.
Oh, here we go.
Gotta bring it up, man. 2 drops for Kincaid.
yeah, what the hell, man? I was trying to find the James Cook jersey.
I know.
Those
you
are
guys,
bad drops too.
you guys probably didn't.
But like I love these weeks. Like I love like how we played Sunday and then you got 2 games within a week. I love that, dude. Like I love it. And it's always a test because the Bills got to fly out west, so we'll see how that goes.
Way west.
Hey, Tank, man, we're frozen.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Looks like you're back.
What was that?
You guys are back.
Oh, we're good.
Oh,
we're
You
good.
guys are back.
Cool.
We're good.
We're back. We were all sitting there frozen in real
So I
time.
don't know what the hell's going on in this building today, man.
McKenna and Casey. Hey, you guys are frozen. Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
How long were we frozen for?
About a
It was
minute.
like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You guys didn't.
Also, Casey did have a stat when we were watching the game together. Forgot to bring it up. Shout out Casey. He was with me all
Case.
day
Oh.
on Sunday. Since 2020, McDermott and Allen are 11-0, week 15 to week 18.
Interesting.
Pretty much December to the end of the year, they have not lost a game since 2020.
Let's keep it
Wow.
going.
Wow. I mean, that makes sense because, like,
Yes,
every
sir.
week we talked about it. I told Travis after the Bills-Cardinals game a couple years ago, the Hail Murray.
Hail Murray.
I told him, I was like, the Bills aren't losing another game this year. They ran the table. And then, like, you had the Buccaneers. I mean, the Buccaneers
Yeah, the
overtime
following
loss. They run the table. Then you had last year, right? They ran the table at the end, right?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
I say, other than that Bengals DeMar Hamlin game, they were pretty much
Other
ran the
than
table.
After
And
that, they
then-
were rolling.
And then
We
here
thought
we
thought Dorsey was it.
Yeah, and here we are. Like they're doing it so far. We got 3 games left, so we'll see.
In a way, they kind of control their own destiny, but in a different way, they kind of don't.
Right.
Because you have to hope Miami loses
At
one
least
game.
one.
They got to lose at least one. I think they're going to drop the game to the Cowboys and the Ravens.
And if that happens,
You think they drop off 3?
well, I was gonna say at that point they drop all 3. There's a chance like they drop all 3, and if things squeak the way that they could, like imagine being a Dolphins fan, and you're like, yeah, we're winning the AFC East, and then you lose the last 3. And it's like, holy shit, we might not even make the playoffs.
Yeah, there's a
How tight
bunch
the
of
AFC
there's a bunch of
I love
scenarios.
insane.
The AFC scenarios.
Yeah.
The best part is the AFC scenarios. It's
There's-
way cooler
Well,
to go
there's-
out and play with the AFC right now.
The
than
Bills
with
can
NFC.
still technically win out and miss the playoffs.
I was just gonna say they could miss the
There's
playoffs. Now-
like 30 different things that have to happen. That
it's
that
the
would
most
allow that.
unlikely.
Pretty much, if the
situation,
Bills
but-
win out, we're gonna win the division. As long as we're banking on either the Ravens and the Cowboys to beat them.
So we hated the Cowboys 48
I was
hours
gonna say,
ago.
what a
Yeah.
quick turnaround.
And
That's
now,
the NFL, man.
now
That's
we're
kind of the
Cowboys.
That's why
best
this
thing.
shit's awesome.
That's the best thing for us, though, is We kicked the piss out of them.
Now they're pissed off.
Now they're going to go into Miami and try to kick the piss off of them.
And the best part is so the Bills play Saturday, so you'll know obviously the outcome of the Chargers game. And then that Sunday, it's like, oh wow, we get to watch football and like get to watch the Cowboys, and hopefully they get the job done. Because then all of a sudden, Week 18 just feels it's an important game, but it's just that much sweeter, man. It's just that much sweeter. Yeah, dude, like the Dolphins. I can't. My favorite night of the week, by the way, is Tuesday nights. Like I love doing the podcast. Have you guys dabbled in the HBO Max? The in-season Hard Knocks?
Yeah. Not yet.
The in-season Hard Knocks, dude. Like I like the in-season Hard Knocks so much more than like the training camp. Have you caught any of it, Tank?
Yeah, I mean, other than this week, obviously, but it really gives you a different look and perspective to like what's going on throughout the season and everything. And like even though you guys are the Bills fans and everything, but at the same time, watching that, you still have to have respect for what these guys go in through day in and day out and how they interact with each other and everything.
100%. Like I get so like obviously like he just alluded to like being a Bills fan, like you hate the Dolphins. But like watching those are it's just so badass to get like that insight, like as far as like what's going on, like he just said. I mean, like their day-to-day routines, like getting ready for a team. And
you get to know them a little better. Too.
Exactly.
You want to know what's going on in your AFC.
100%. And I'll tell you one thing: Mike McDaniel is like the most interesting dude to watch. He's just a funny guy.
You don't say.
Like I quite literally don't. I
love him.
As I would say, I don't hate the guy.
It's
like.
He's an offensive genius too. I mean,
he's funny, man.
He knows how to connect with them. That's the main thing.
Yeah,
and they want to play for him. That's the main. As soon as you get that, sky's the limit. But
I loved his press conference this past week where he was like, "Yeah," he's like, "I told the media," and he's like, "Hold on, with all due respect, guys, with all due respect, I told the media that." I mean, I told the guys that they could respectively say "F you" to the media this week, and like it's just like, dude,
yeah,
he's just a clown.
He's a player's coach, man.
He is.
You see him connect with, like, the way he interacts with his daughter and, like, how they're hanging around the facility.
Right, him, the wife and the daughter.
100%. Like, you definitely feel for him as a human, for sure. You definitely get to see that side of him.
Because I guess you don't really think about, like, as a head coach in the National Football League, I mean, those guys spend so much time, like, especially during this time of the year. I mean, he's probably missing out on a lot of things. Sure. Like, I mean, he's got, like, a super young daughter, and it is super neat. Like it is super neat just to kind of see a touch of their personal life like that. Yeah. So
like the one scene, him and his wife and his daughter were sitting literally in the cafeteria waiting for him to come out during his break or whatever. Yeah. So he comes out for a minute, hangs out with them. She wanted to go run on the field or whatever, so he brought her out there. She didn't want to get off, but he literally carried her in there. She was like pointing back to the camera, like, "Oh, you guys stay there, whatever." My daddy's got to go to the office, and then so they go back inside, and he's got to like literally go back and do his job. And you could tell she was just like so sad. He's like, "I'll be back." It's touching.
It is touching.
It humanizes it, you know.
It does.
For sure. We see them as
superstars. Like,
they're heroes.
Like people that quite literally can't be touched. Like that's what it seems like when if you watch
can start to relate
day-to-day.
to them. Like I know McDermott a couple years ago did an interview and he talked about going to all of his daughter's softball games and all that. So yeah, it's cool to connect with it. It's just.
Yeah, and like to allude to that, like I mean, Ben's little brother Braden. I mean, they've seen him at baseball tournaments, and it's just cool because like I mean I haven't gone to any of them, but they always talk about how he's he's a good dad outside of like just football. Like he sits all the way by himself, just watches his son. Like he's there for every game of the tournament. Like I think that's just so cool because like you don't think about that. Like we just watch football on a Sunday. You sit down, you watch football. And that's all you do.
I'm in a fantasy playoff.
I would say as I say, you fantasize. You fantasize. Like these players are people that are completely untouchable, and you never think about like that they got lives outside of this. So
yeah,
this is their 9 to 5. This is their 9 to 5, and we're just living in it.
And also too, he's just cool. And I don't know what your thoughts are on. Like when him and his interactions with the other quarterbacks and his coaches in the QB room and shit. Like I would love to see the Bills do one of these. I know it's never gonna happen, but I would love to see the behind the scenes. Maybe not in season or I don't know. I just want to see the Bills do one of these days.
think our PR is just too tight to have something like that.
Yeah.
Like the Bills don't want anything to leak out.
And especially how some of the things this season.
This season
you could kiss that goodbye.
I was like, that now there's not even going to be
no.
That Ty Dunne guy, he absolutely ruined our chance.
That's one thing that I do love about McDermott, though, is everything is tight. I mean,
completely in-house.
And I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I've never seen a team flip a switch and back their coach like they have these past 2 weeks.
They backed their coach.
That's incredible.
They backed it on the field and in the media, man.
Yeah, that just, I don't know, man. It just gives me a different light on McDermott. That's all.
I think it definitely just lit a fire under their ass for sure, too.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Shit's getting real now. We got to.
I'm gonna propose something, man. Me and a buddy at the gym were just talking about this. If the Bills win out, the defense balls, the offense looks great. They win out, win the division. Is McDermott? Is he in the running for coach of the year?
There's so many candidates, bro.
I know.
He might be deserving of that. Like,
I know.
If he does that,
I'm not saying he's deserving or anything. Me and him were just kind of throwing around the idea. I mean, I think he's. Might not even be top 5, even if that does happen. But
I think it's a fair argument.
Oh, 100%. The way they started to
you can definitely
to go and win the division.
Their expectations, and then a little slump in the middle of the season, and where they're
it's just something cool to kind of throw around.
I think equally that's an equal argument. Just like I think if the Bills do run the table and they make noise in the playoffs, I think it's an equal argument that Josh Allen's got to be in the arguments for MVP. Like, I mean, if they really turn around, so there's just so much. Like, they turn this around, they really do what we envision in our heads right now. Like, what we're all thinking, somehow winning the AFC East and then hosting a playoff game, and then in the middle of the season it looked like 6-6. So you're like, damn.
Does this sort of? I know the Bills tend to do this, like you alluded to. They tend to do this every year. Just go on this down slope and find their way to fight back. Does this kind of remind you of when the Bengals went on their run? Because they weren't worth a damn.
The year they went
for the first half of the season. Then for some reason they just picked the shit up right away and went on a crazy run.
It does, because so in seasons past, like the year that they went on the run after the Cardinals game, I think the year after there's not 18 weeks in the NFL schedule. I don't think maybe that Buccaneer season that was the first year. I just don't remember they introduced the 18-week season.
2021.
Yeah,
it feels like this is happening a little bit earlier. Like when that happened, they were 7-6. When they lost to the Cardinals, I think they were like 8-2 or something like that, or 8-3. So it feels like it's happened just a touch like earlier in the season, and they're getting hot. Like they're getting hotter, and like you just continue this streak, dude. It's just you build up that momentum going into the most important part of the season, which is the playoffs. Could be a Bengals situation where you find your way potentially into the Super Bowl or something like that. Obviously, knock on wood, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm not making any bold predictions here.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
And another thing I want to get you guys' thoughts on too. Do you think? Because I was thinking this the other day. Do you think they play better with a chip on their shoulder with their backs against the walls, rather than be in the conversation every single week, being the Super Bowl favorite, AFC favorite? Do you think they use the Buffalo versus everybody mantra as the motivation to get on this hot streak? Because we seen how they performed when they were the favorites and they were the talk of the town every single week. What are your guys' thoughts on it?
Who wants to go first?
All right. I'm just gonna mess around and say I'll take any day of the week. I will take Josh Allen as my quarterback in a situation where my back's against the wall and you got to win a football game and you got to win 4 or 5 football games going a run. Give me Josh Allen any day of the week. Like I think Josh Allen plays his best football when he cannot play his worst football.
Yeah.
I think it's like you said, Buffalo versus everybody mentality. It's the Buffalo way. You hear our players talk all year. We're underdogs. Good. We'll show you. We'll show you why we're not underdogs. They love it, and it lights a fire under their ass, like you guys mentioned. And I think they like to play from behind and surprise teams.
I guess. I don't know. Doesn't really make sense to me.
What do you mean?
What?
I don't know, dude. They're just weird. Like Travis just said, like they're like, yeah, we love being the underdog, but you're complaining about being the underdog, but when you were the top dog, you guys stunk.
No, to be honest with
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense
to be honest with you, I don't think there's ever been a time in the last 4 or 5 seasons since the Bills really became what they are, where the Bills were ever like. I don't think there was a time they wanted to be like the talk of the league. Like McDermott and the Bills defense and Josh Allen, they've always wanted to be like, okay, yeah, shit on us. Like, okay, yeah, just we don't care.
Punch you in the mouth.
Like, we
but
don't
now
care.
at the same time that John said that, it's like if like once you get that spotlight on you and you are that good of a team, where it's like, okay, well, we're not talking about you. You're so good that we have to talk about you. Now the spotlight's on you. They tend to just kind of
crumble. It's kind of like they fold. I don't know.
Crumble.
So if you want to be that top tier team, you have to be the conversation. I don't. It's both sides of the fence. I don't know.
And this season, it's gonna be. Say the Bills make the playoffs. Say they make the playoffs. They win the division. Whatever. I don't care. The Bills make the playoffs. I don't care if they're hosting a playoff game or if they're going on the road. I just truly do not care. I think the Bills are the hottest team in the AFC right now. But if either of those two things happen, where they make the playoffs or they win the division, they are going to be the talk of the playoffs. They're gonna. You cannot tell me, other than the Ravens, you cannot tell me if the Bills make the playoffs that they will not be in. Like, you watch ESPN, you watch NFL Network, they're not going to be on. They're absolutely going to be on somebody's AF. You will probably see more analysts pick the Bills to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl if they make the playoffs.
Some are already starting.
I was gonna say
some are already doing it.
Yeah,
like
these last couple weeks, analysts are already saying Buffalo makes the playoffs. You do not want to see them.
And the Bills are like, oh shit, they got us.
Yeah,
we thought if we dropped 6 and we fired the offensive coordinator, we thought they'd leave us alone for a little bit. No,
it is just kind of funky how that works, but
definitely.
if our team is going to be so good with their backs against the wall, I mean, I guess we'll take it.
Right.
It would feel a lot better to be like 11-2.
Well, if we were sitting there, say we're making this podcast right now, and we're fighting for the first seed in the AFC,
Yeah.
that's what I wanted. That's what we wanted when we started this in September.
Yeah.
But hey,
it's a dangerous game to play.
It is.
Because
100%.
now, like, you absolutely have to win out. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But now let's say you do. You're in a situation where now you're leaving it to chance. Now you got to, yes, you win out, but there's still scenarios where if certain teams win or lose, you still might not
make the playoffs. You could be
It's a
11
dangerous
6
game
and not
to
make the
play.
playoffs. It's crazy.
Literally, I was talking to some friends at the gym again. It seems to be
You got a lot of friends at the gym.
I do, dude. I just love talking.
You can't go somewhere without talking. to
Yeah,
somebody.
that's right. Pretty much, they were like, "Well, like who are we rooting for?" I'm like, "You're rooting for the Bills to win, dude. It comes down to that. Hope Miami drops a game. I think quite literally they're gonna lose out.
It's their easiest way to get in.
That's the way to get in. Everything else doesn't matter unless one, the Bills drop a game, then you hope and pray, or if the Dolphins win out.
Right.
Like, at this point, you just
AFC
watch
playoff race is
the Bills
insane.
win. Simple as that.
Exactly. Like, just sit back and enjoy it, man.
Yeah.
Just sit back and enjoy it. Because I'll tell you what, like, God, this would be in classic Bills fashion. This would be the one, right? That somehow they give up. I still hopefully think the Chargers are going to charge her.
The Chargers will charge her. Say it every week.
They just about charge her every single week.
But the Bills do like the Bill, so.
Yeah, we'll see. It's gonna
Not
be
in
interesting.
December.
Not in December. Casey
Trevor?
has my stat.
And I say you guys have already talked to this. Talk to me about this. That December, the December Bills since 2020.
Love
Come
it.
on.
Hey, man, we'll see.
That was a
gonna be
good
fun.
convo there.
Absolutely.
We went a few different routes, but
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's always a good conversation.
it's always a good convo here on BillsAholic.
BillsAholic Pod always has some good conversations. I think it's a good time to jump into those weekly pick'ems, man.
Can't wait to say fraud 100 times.
I would say we'll probably hear fraud alert. Maybe
First game?
Maybe.
Saints fraud.
Rams not
Not a
Not
fraud.
fraud.
Not a fraud.
Not a fraud. Saints at Rams Thursday night football. Talk to me, man. I got the Rams, and I think it's because the Saints are frauds.
They are frauds. The
Rams? Go ahead.
No, you go.
Okay. Rams are looking good.
They are.
They're looking like they can make a playoff push.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Rams in this game.
Yeah. The Rams are my sleeper in the NFC, man. Gene said it last week. I backed him up, dude. They're scary. They are freaking scary.
Are they 7-7 or 8-7?
I think they won. They're 8-7, I believe.
Yeah.
They're a game out.
Yeah, they're
NFC and the AFC are so similar this year. It's kind of weird to see.
like
the
it,
only
though.
the only thing that's just completely outlandish in the NFC is just the fact that the NFC South absolutely. blows.
we don't have to talk about that though.
And we just pretty much don't have that in the AFC this season.
Fourth seed at 7-7.
Yeah, it's
Like
it's been like that for what a couple years
There's
now.
not even- if you think about it, other than maybe the AFC North and the AFC side of things, you look at the standings, and there's almost not a single division yet that's like 100% sure locked up. Like you got the Broncos, who are if they not lost to the Lions, they were teeter-tottering right behind the Chiefs, who already had a head-to-head on them.
Yeah.
You got the Bills, who are chasing the Dolphins, right? Then you got the AFC South. You got the Jaguars, Texans, and Colts. All three of those guys, they're fighting it out. And then AFC North is the only one that I can sit here and be like, Ravens starting to pull away a little bit, but they got the Browns right behind them too. The Browns are right. What are the Browns 9-5?
Yeah.
Casey just shot me a text. Shout out Casey. The Saints and the Rams are 7-7, so that is a huge game.
In the NFC.
That is a huge game.
Give me the Rams.
Yeah, I got Rams.
Rams across the board.
The Saints are frauds.
Bengals at Steelers here. Yeah, fraud count. Bengals at Steelers. Saturday night.
The
football.
Steelers are frauds.
Yeah, the Steelers. Okay, yeah, we'll throw up a 2 for that one. I'm gonna say the
when
Steelers.
weren't they though?
They've always been
they,
frauds.
What were they before? I don't know.
They've
We'll
been
give it
fraud.
to you.
They've
Number
been
2.
frauds since I think they've been frauds since that Packers Steelers Super Bowl that they lost in like 2011. They've been Hey man,
I'm not a Steelers. I hate
So,
the Steelers. I hate Mike Tomlin. I don't think he's a great coach.
I will say
just
Mike
throwing it out
Tomlin.
there, man.
Mike
It's
Tomlin
not a
is
guy.
Mike Tomlin's a guy that finds his way to have a winning record and make the playoffs, but he's also a guy that finds his way to not make it deep into the playoffs after that Super Bowl run that they had, and they lost to the Packers. Correct me if I'm wrong, but no Super Bowl appearances since. And obviously Pittsburgh Steelers fans could attack me for that and be like, buddy, you weren't even alive last time the Bills were in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they're frauds. I don't care.
Yeah, Bengals.
I think that's Bengals across the board. Unless, are you shocking me? You're not.
Well, I am gonna be honest with you, dude. In my
No way.
in the Casey's the picks, I did take Pittsburgh, so I'm gonna stick true to that. I'm gonna take the fraud ass Pittsburgh Steelers.
Can't call that Dom's playing.
The Bills need that.
Rudolph's going to brighten the sky over there.
I did it last week with Detroit. I said they were frauds. They stunk. I still picked them and they won.
So I always say this when this game pops up on the board here, and normally it pops up at the end of the board, at the bottom. Most important game of the week is the Bills at Chargers. Saturday night football. I'm sure we'll be watching this one.
Yep.
I'll get out of work. I'll be jolly as ever. And
I'll be off of work for 2 days already. Love it.
I think I'm off that Monday, so I got like a nice Saturday night, Sunday, Monday, so it's nice.
Well, Christmas weekend.
Chargers are gonna charge it, right?
Yeah,
I
stink.
I think this is an easy Bills across the board.
Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
not picking against-
my statement stayed on the board this week.
Oh, it
We didn't even touch it. We didn't even touch. I apologize. We didn't even touch on that. Brandon Staley fired. We kept it up there an extra week.
About
Tank
damn
was right.
time.
Tank was right. The board.
Board's undefeated.
Well,
Oh, no.
Chris decided to ruin that. I think there was one other take technically. Ben's take on there.
Joey
Also didn't-
Porter
Yeah.
against Jamar Chase. Two receptions for 28 yards.
Yeah, and then he tried pulling out the stat where
Something
it was like he pulled out Joey Porter directly on Jamar Chase, but I had on the board that Jamar Chase was going to be held under a certain amount of yards, and he wasn't. So
Well, if Joey Porter's your CB1, then followed wide receiver 1.
fair enough.
There's no asterisks on the board.
No asterisks. If you put a stat line out, it's got to happen. All right, that starts the Sunday 1:00 slate. Browns at Texans. Gosh, I should have highlighted the important games for the Bills because I can already see we've already talked about the Bengals Steelers. That's a big one for the Bills. Bills Chargers obviously huge, and then Browns at Texans, another huge game, pivotal in the
I
AFC
just
playoff
got
race.
the notification a few minutes ago. CJ Stroud is unlikely to play.
Mm-hmm.
Case Keenum again.
So here's
you do
the
technically
good
need the
thing.
Browns.
Yeah. So
Because
the
the Browns,
good thing
they
is
got a game
the
on.
Texans
Texans.
are in 8th place. We're 9th.
Yeah, so we can leapfrog the Texans. So I mean, as a Bills fan, you should be rooting for the Browns
100%.
here.
So, and I think with that defense, Case Keenum,
Give me Joe Flacco.
I'm going Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
Give me
even
Joe
before
Flacco.
the C.J. Stroud news came out, I still went Browns.
I think the crowd, they're going to be turned all the way up just because I know Deshaun ain't playing, but
Yeah, that team is just ever since Tank Dell, Stroud, and Nico Collins went down, they just have not.
shout
looked
out
the
Noah
same.
Brown, though. I had to sub him in for Tyreek this weekend.
He had a good little game.
22 points.
Good little game. I really liked him when he was in Dallas last year.
I
really
didn't know
did.
who he was.
I respect that. I respect that.
Shout out Noah Brown.
We got a slugfest coming up. The Commanders at Jets. Do we care how this one goes? No. No, it doesn't
I really
mean
don't give a
anything.
damn.
But you got to make a pick.
But I was gonna say
Yeah.
somebody's got to win, and
Who's the Jets quarterback? Because I heard there's a theory that Zach Wilson quit on them.
yeah, I gotta go Commanders here, because
I'm
like
going to go Commanders.
I'm going Commanders.
I saw that on X and.
Well, so they're playing Miami.
Mm-hmm.
He had to go to the locker room to get hydrated, and then they said it was a head injury,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't do a concussion protocol.
Yeah.
So
I'd give up on that team.
did you see
too.
Zach Wilson's mom try coming out and saying that he had a concussion, didn't say anything, and then got hit again really hard in his head, and then it was like, oh god,
Yeah.
and then it messed up like his depth and stuff like that.
He got
Like, bro,
fucked.
That whole team is just out there.
100%. All you heard about was Aaron Rodgers is coming back. Aaron Rodgers come back, and then what comes out today? Yeah, I would have needed another 3 to 4
Yeah,
weeks to be
you-
medically
true.
clear. Yeah, yeah. You weren't.
The guy on 550, I can't. Jeremy White. He's been saying it for 3 months that as soon as the Jets get eliminated from playoff contention, Aaron Rodgers wouldn't say, "Oh yeah, no, I was gonna be ready, but since we're not in playoff contention, I'm just gonna sit the rest of it." It's so stupid. He just wants to be in the
He
front
just
and center
always
of the
wants
media.
to be in
It's-
the media. Yeah.
I don't even hate Aaron Rodgers, but this year is just under my skin.
Yeah, I never hated him before he was a New York Jet, and then him becoming a New York Jet.
Yeah.
And in the way he's acted, like
It's just
the
the way
last
he's
2
been
years,
acting.
It's even at the end of his his Packers run there. It's like I just didn't like the way that it ended there. Like, bro, like
I didn't even blame him though. I mean, it was
No.
true what he was saying.
it was.
They expect him to be great with fucking me, Travis, and you out there playing receiver. You know what I mean? Like they didn't give him shit.
Right, and I mean, yeah,
But I will say him having to be in the media is just
yeah.
it's not good.
I
It's
could go
just
on about
yeah,
that.
yeah. Next,
I love him.
next.
I do love him. He's
Seahawks at Titans. Seahawks with a surprising Monday Night Football win there this
I'll,
past week.
So I was watching the game, going to bed last night. I dozed off, and I shit you not, I woke up as soon as he said, "Drew Lock to JSN touchdown." I said, "Whoa, what?" And then I watched the Eagles get the ball back. I watched him throw that pick to Julian Love. I said, "Yeah, fuck you, Nick Sirianni." He turned off my TV when I went back to bed.
Oh, he dropped.
Oh,
he hit the
man.
mic drop.
Yeah.
You hit the mic drop. I'm going Seahawks. Seahawks need
yeah,
it.
give me Seahawks.
Titans,
I don't
Titans
think
are
Will Levis
eliminated.
is gonna
So
play.
yeah, Titans are eliminated.
Yeah, give me Seahawks.
Hey, I heard Derrick Henry kind of gave a little speech that this might be it with him and the Titans after
Yeah.
their loss
I don't
against
blame.
the Texans.
I don't
so.
blame him.
He's gonna end up just like Delvin Cook. He's gonna go
He's gonna
somewhere
come to
and
Buffalo.
And he's gonna go somewhere and not get used probably.
it's,
If you're saying like Dalvin Cook,
yeah. I mean, he's already surpassed
Is
his
Delvin-
shelf life. So
is Dalvin Cook? Yeah, is Dalvin Cook? He's still on the Jets, right?
Yeah.
yeah, they
He just doesn't
couldn't
get used.
Well, I heard.
couldn't trade him. Nobody wanted him.
Yeah.
And then like Dalvin Cook, there was so much hype around that signing, and then they never got him on the field.
Like, do you blame him? I mean, Brees Hall's kind of
Well, yeah, but
it's RB1.
I think like, yeah, but at the same time, you look at like how the Bills have used their backs. Like James Cook is clearly RB1.
All right, hold on. Jets stink though. They're hardly and you
Yeah, that
know
line is.
Right.
they can't block and they're never really ahead in games. So it was kind of like
Let me say,
Brees Hall is your pass catching back though.
Brees Hall is solid, and trust me, when like I was rooting for him to be a Buffalo Bill, like that's the running back
Yeah.
on. I think, if you had to ask me, if I wouldn't have said this 2 months ago, but give me James Cook over Brees Hall. Just give me. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I think that's just a lot of circumstance, though.
It's circumstance, but the guy I think is exactly what the Bills wanted in a running back. As far as he's just elusive in the run game, and he's super elusive in the pass game. He does a little bit of column A and column B, and I think he's gonna be a top back. Like I really do think he's gonna be a top back. But hey, Seahawks across the board.
Yep.
Colts at Falcons, a big one for the AFC.
I picked the Falcons last week.
I'm gonna say that the Colts win this game. The Colts give me no reason.
9-7.
They give me no reason to not pick them here. I think the Falcons frauds.
Yeah, they're frauds.
That's
They're frauds.
3 or 4.
It was 3. We're on 3.
I went
I was
Colts last
surprised.
week.
Yeah, I was surprised we're
I'm
only
going
on 3.
I'm going Colts this
Is
week.
this Colts across the board?
Yeah, Colts.
Scares me.
I'm liking what the
Scares me.
Colts are doing.
I'm sorry.
I love Shane Steichen is that dude. He really is.
He's 1 or 2 in odds to win Coach of the Year. I saw.
I haven't seen the odds, but that conversation's been picking up, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Packers at Panthers. The Panthers.
You gonna say it or?
Double
I
frauds.
would say the
So
No, the
does that
Packers-
count as 2?
No, just the Packers are frauds, man.
Four.
The Panthers had like 100 people at their game last week in their win.
$4 tickets.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Tickets were as low as 2
There might be after that win there might be 115 people there this week. Maybe a couple of extra people will show up for their 2-12 Panthers.
You guys going Panthers?
No, I'm gonna go with the Packers.
I was going Packers.
I think it's.
I thought
Panthers
I
just
thought we were
blow,
gonna split
man.
on that game.
I want to
No.
because I want to have more splits, but I just can't pick. I can't pick the Panthers. I mean, usually you'd be playing in your home stadium, and it would be, at least something that would be beneficial for you.
Yeah, no.
I've seen more people show up to a high school football game. Not me personally, but like you watch like those Texas high school football games.
Okay, yeah, those are like 30,000 people there to watch.
Yeah, but
high
bro,
school football.
you're a
Texas
national.
is-
Okay, but
Football in
timeout.
Texas is.
Timeout. That is completely not a fair argument.
Yes, it
because-
is.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
The Carolina Panthers are a National Football League team.
And
They
they're-
should have
and
more.
And they're
they
2 and
might-
700.
Okay, but they might have only had literally 100 people in the stadium.
What? Do you blame those fans?
I
That's
don't.
not a big football.
$4 for a damn ticket. If I was on vacation in Carolina and I was anywhere near there,
No.
if I lived around there, $4 to go. You'd see me there.
No.
You'd see me there.
To watch
$4 to go to
something
an
to
NFL
do.
game.
Dude, I'd
to go to an
rather
NFL
watch
game?
paint dry than watch the Carolina
Something to
Panthers.
do. You could sit front row for probably.
Wait.
Yeah.
You could buy the cheapest ticket. You can go sit behind Bryce Young on the bench.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
For what? Can't do it.
There should be. I'm calling out Panthers fans. Where are you? Where are you? Time out. Time out.
No.
Where are you when times are tough?
Dude.
At home?
Dude.
At home?
They barely sold out the stadium when Cam Newton was fucking running wild and winning MVP. It's kind
Wait
of
a
like
second.
when Oakland
Wait a
was
second.
losing their team. The fans didn't give a lick.
Are
That's
the
not a football country.
Panthers the worst fan base in the NFL?
Yeah, because they are not a football country.
I never thought we'd trigger the Carolina Panthers fans.
The Carolinas we're talking
I don't
about?
think the Carolina fans care.
Well, we'll test it. We'll test it this week.
What sport do you think they care
We'll
about
test
the most?
They probably care about hockey a little bit more. than-
Right now,
Bruh.
it's basketball.
Yo, listen. If my team was playing like the way they are and the way that they're losing their team, the way their coaching staff has been falling apart, all this, not even having a first-round draft pick next year, yeah, I'm not going either.
Thank you.
You kidding me?
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Oh, wait. Oh,
Tickets were $4.
okay, I might go. Fuck it.
That's what I'm saying.
You can go sit behind the Panthers or whoever
It's
their
gonna cost-
Falcons bench and ask for autographs.
It's gonna
You're
cost
get-
you
you're
more.
gonna get more money on those autographs. than
Yeah,
you pay for
dude,
the tickets.
yeah.
It's gonna
No,
cost
I'm
you
not
more
going.
to go grab a hot dog.
There's
Like
a
you
good
go up,
chance, yeah.
you go up to grab a hot dog. You already spent more than you spent to get into the game. Like
I mean, if
I
you're paying
get it.
$4, you get what you pay for. You don't see any touchdowns. You see nothing but field goals. But hey,
Yeah,
no
They
one
got
said,
the-
no one said,
Yo.
no one says you can have fun while you're.
yeah, they
Right?
got their money's worth. We can say that.
Oh,
Oh, man.
Packers across the board. Lions at Vikings.
Nick Mullins remains a starter at the
Yep.
quarterback.
I fucking hate Nick Mullins.
I'm going
dude.
to tell you this. The Lions are coming
Fucking
off of a
clown.
really, really, really good win, and I think that continues, although in classic Lion fashion, they beat the Broncos. They'd probably lose to the Vikings.
100%. Guess who's still going to pick them every week?
Oh, I'm picking Lions this week, too.
Is it Lions across the board?
Yep, I'm going to go with
I'm
it.
on Lions bandwagon this week.
Did you guys see Nick Mullins' second interception?
Where he was getting sacked?
And he just hit him in the fucking face mask?
Yeah.
I've
Oh,
never been
thank you. Thank you.
I've never been so mad watching a game I didn't give one shit about. I mean, for the Bills, obviously, it would have been okay, but
He made some really bad mistakes.
I just was getting so mad. I'm like, you don't want to win this game.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that anymore. It's making me mad.
Jaguars at Buccaneers. Buccaneers. I think I will say Baker Mayfield having
It's open.
not a bad year over there.
Like
I am
Evans.
pulling for him if I'm being honest with you, like to come out of the NFC South. You got to pull for a guy like Baker Mayfield.
I love Baker
Like,
Mayfield.
And you know what? I think the Jaguars have fallen off. Like they're not the team that I think we thought they were. And I'm gonna go Buccaneers here. I'm gonna go Buccaneers.
Dare I say frauds?
I think you can say frauds. I think you can say frauds. That's
You're at
that's up to
5,
five.
Oh, I thought he was raising his hand.
Is,
no, sorry.
is T-Law going to play?
I don't.
Questionable.
I think
right
he's
now.
questionable.
still.
How many games have they dropped in a row? Like 4?
I think
3
it's
or 4?
I think
Been 4.
I think it's
Yeah,
4
they,
now.
like they just completely have fallen off.
Yeah.
Thank you
And that's a
guys are
classic
persuading me.
Jaguars fan.
Yo, a couple weeks ago, they were 90% chance to win the
South?
AFC South. This week after the Ravens lost, they dropped down to 50%. So
Wow.
They're getting scary close to not making the playoffs.
Bucks
Yeah,
across the board.
I'm gonna be honest with
guys
you.
persuaded
I'm
me.
be honest with you. Ted.
Dude, I could persuade this guy to like pick up dog shit at this point.
Let me go on my Facebook. Let me go on my Facebook weekly pick'ems and change that pick.
We persuaded him to change his
Oh,
pick.
In there too, not even just on the
Yeah.
podcast. He's
Jags can't play on the road either.
Oh, they are
He's
terrible.
he's completely he has deleted his post. He is redoing it. Wow.
Edit post.
What the hell?
Wow. It's a screenshot too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, so he has to re-screenshot it and post it.
Oh man.
McKenna said if you say fraud one more time, you're sleeping in the kitty litter.
Fraud.
All right, let me see.
I'm in the kitty litter because that's
Say
some
it.
fraudulent activity.
Who else was on the? Oh, he's going to definitely say it.
Yeah,
100%.
McKenna, you're
Yeah,
screwed because there's a game at 4:00. The last game at 4:00, there might be 2 frauds playing against each other.
Oh man.
Oh man.
You know what game I'm alluding to.
Yeah. But this next game is. I might tune into this one. A lot of draft implications.
Oh yeah, there is some draft implications here. He's 100% right. The Cardinals and the Bears.
Yeah, I'm not watching that game.
Come on, John. You don't like football?
I love football, dude. That game, no pass.
Justin Fields.
Honestly, I'm gonna be sitting there and watching the next game.
I was just about to say. I think there's a chance. I think there's a chance that all of Western New York's probably
Yeah.
tuning into that Cowboys at Dolphins game if I had to guess.
I'll check that game on my
Okay,
phone.
all
And
right.
thank you, Tank.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
I'm not. Hey, I
Cardinals,
never said I
Bears.
wasn't gonna watch it. Cardinals at Bears. We don't gotta wait for a guy like Travis to update his shit. Like it's his fault that he didn't think about that.
Hey, I'm 3 games out of first place.
Cardinals at Bears. The battle of who wants a better draft pick, huh? Right. And I'm gonna be honest with you. God, which team might
Kyler's-
want to lose a little bit more?
Kyler's honestly hasn't been playing terrible.
I think
Not
I'm
great
going.
though. Not
No, not great at all.
I think I'm gonna go.
I'm going Bears. I won't change my pick.
I think I'm going Cardinals.
I'm also Cardinals.
Okay, I won't change my pick.
I'm with you, Travis. Bear down.
Bear down.
They stink.
Both of them stink.
Took me
Yeah.
a
Both
week
of
to take- Took me a week.
Both
to
of 'em.
pick
The second most important game of the week, and that's the Cowboys at Dolphins. Big Cowboys fans, but I'm sorry, Cowboys.
Forgot my cowboy hat.
I'm gonna politely apologize for what I'm about to say, Cowboys fans, but I need you to pull through this week for us. But you guys are frauds.
Frauds.
7.
Yeah,
I
I'm
missed one.
gonna be honest with you.
Which one was it?
I know you're 6. My bad.
The
6.
the,
But
the
it's about-
NFC
it's about to be 7.
the NFC, yeah, because we haven't even talked about the AFC team there yet. The NFC,
Getting ahead of myself.
it couldn't even be more clear to me that the team coming out the NFC, as long as their quarterback is healthy, is 100% the 49ers. That's the way it probably should have been last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you got the team that's hosting the game, the Dolphins. Frauds.
Frauds.
7.
Just frauds.
You can't even beat anybody above 500, and I don't think that that's going to start here. The last time he did that was, week 3 of the season last year against the Bills when, somebody just we won't go there. But
dude, they were so high off of that 70-point win. I'm like, dude, the Broncos gave up at halftime. Cool, you just got your shit rolled by the Bills.
Yeah.
With Ken Dorsey.
Yeah. Let Joe Brady cook in week 18, man.
70 points incoming for the Bills.
Gosh. Just because of what Cowboys. I'm not even gonna give you a reason why.
I'm not even gonna lie, dude. I've been teetering with this game just a little bit. I do think the Cowboys are gonna be very motivated after they got the taste slapped out of their mouth.
And maybe the Dolphins are equally as motivated. Who knows?
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I think this is a bounce back game for the Cowboys, and I think they're gonna. I truly do think they're gonna roll the Dolphins.
Maybe the Dolphins are rolling a little high after their 30-0 shutout against the Jets.
Yeah, the Jets.
Tyreek might be coming back.
Oh well, Cowboys.
Good news is they got Deron Bland and Stephon Gilmore. Because to be honest with you, this team still has yet to beat a team above 500. Man, I just don't know if that starts this week.
It was very, very apparent to me that Tua needs a speedster to be good. It's just that it's so apparent to me. Like, Waddle had a great game. Every single route was Waddle absolutely running away from somebody, and I can make that throw with my left hand.
Oh.
Yes.
That
Tua is not
crazy.
good.
Oh, that right there might be a clip.
Tua
That
is
right there
not
might be a
good.
clip.
Let's not get
He
crazy.
is not. Tua is not good. He's not good.
Talk to him, John. Talk to him. Tell the Dolphins fans. Let them know.
It's not even that,
Tua's.
I just don't think he's good. I really don't. He is a timing quarterback. You say it all the time, dude. If he gets sacked, what is it, 3 times? What is the stat?
If he gets sacked 3 times, he does
3
not
times
win
or
a
more,
football game.
he hasn't won a football game.
So
you take him off of the timing, and he looks terrible.
So if you had to ask me, everything you just told me would lead a guy like me to believe that Tua is fraud.
So you're saying
count on the counter?
That's
8.
I was gonna say because we weren't just signaling out the Dolphins who are frauds, but we signaled out just a single person.
I kind of want him to prove me wrong in a way because, I think he does have potential to be a pretty solid quarterback, but I mean, you just look at all these things, like they haven't beat a fucking good team, and I mean, really, dude, you get sacked 3 times and you can't win the game. You know what I mean? It's just the little things like that. That's kind of like, really?
Yeah.
Now, what I was saying was, you gonna make a better throw than Tua?
Probably.
That's what I was.
Probably not.
You
but
see that arm, bro? You see that
you
arm,
have
bro?
The rest of that. That's where you got me at.
You see that arm?
Got a little crazy there.
You see that arm right there, man?
Dude, I'll get it there. It might get picked off.
Are you left-handed?
Oh, God, no.
All right, that's my. Come on.
Yeah. Hey, man.
That's
If
all
you're
I'm
to-
saying.
if you're to talk shit, you got to go all the way.
Yeah, you're right. Fuck it.
I mean, I've been on the side of that where it's just like
From personal experience.
he's not completely wrong. I'm sure you kind of got the heat down your back a little bit right there. If it's anything like how I remember it when I go off on a fan base or a player or
I think it's
something.
gonna.
I like to do the whole Big Dom thing's the funniest thing was like, I'll be honest with you, I could give 2 shits about Big Dom, but it's just like I started talking about the Eagles and how mad and then all of a sudden I got like this heat flashed on my back, and I think that was the podcast that the day after I tested that night I tested positive for COVID. So I was already kind of feeling a little like
what you're feeling on your back. That might have been the vid, bro.
I was gonna say. So
That
like,
was the Big Dom karma.
so I just attached to it, and I was like, I just went off.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying, bro. Like it's just like
I just hate Tua.
I think it's
Yeah,
gonna be
I
fun
do
to have Dolphins fans in the comments.
Listen, dude, if they come out and they beat us week 18, props to you, man.
Yeah, props to you.
Bro, I just been a Tua fan since Alabama, so I get a little. I gotta defend him, bro.
Props to you because if that happens in the last 14 games, Josh Allen's 12-2 against your poverty franchise.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Miami's cool though. Cool place.
Miami's a cool place. Miami's a nice vacation spot. You know, cool.
I'm gonna have to watch Hard Knocks this week and see what's going on there.
Yeah, I'm going to watch Hard Knocks, but hopefully they lose to the Cowboys. Patriots at Broncos, Sunday Night Football.
Let's go.
There's no way the Patriots help us out again, right? Like, just
God, no.
there's just no way.
No.
They
could.
They had me in the first half with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So I was watching that in the parking lot. I was like,
Covered the spread.
Okay,
They did cover the spread.
I was all like hyped because like, oh my gosh, they're winning 17-10. I'm like, are the Chiefs gonna chief?
Chiefs got some.
They got problems going on.
They got a
there,
couple
man.
good calls going their way.
They got problems over there in Kansas City, man.
Something like that.
They got problems. Yeah. But gosh, yeah, no, I'm going Broncos.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Broncos at
I'm
home.
gonna take Broncos.
I do have like a sliver of faith that the Patriots defense is gonna ball and score like 14 points on defense. But I mean,
I know I'm not in the pick'em rankings, but I'm picking in my pick'em on Facebook. I got the Pats.
I respect it. Throw it up there.
There hasn't been nothing. I'll go back to back.
I respect it.
I'll go 3 weeks in a row. Pats get big dub on the road. Billy B. Zipping the ball on Zappy gets it done. Ramondre Stevenson, he's back. Let's get it.
Clip it, man. Broncos.
It's up there.
Broncos 38-3.
Broncos country.
Golly. 38-3.
I'm just throwing numbers out
Broncos
there.
70-0. All right.
Speaking of the Chiefs,
Monday Night Football. The Kansas City Chiefs got the Raiders, who were coming off of a 63-21 win. God damn.
Shout out.
I mean, so the funniest part about
the
that game
Chargers.
is I was watching it on TV. Olivia texted me. She's like, wow, I really want like a Whopper from Burger King. I was feeling generous. I dropped a Whopper off at her house. I get in my truck, and I'm listening to it on 550. Westgate or whatever always plays it on 550. It's always Kevin Harlan.
Westwood won.
Westwood won.
Yep.
Westwood won. And Kevin Harlan's always the Thursday night, like, on the radio. And I get in there, and all of a sudden I hear, Jack Jones pick six. And I'm like, wow, they did it again. The Chargers turned the football over again.
Yeah.
How many times did they fumble on the Raiders last week? Like 4 or 5 times, and then they threw a pick six to Jack.
Yeah, that was just
What?
That was a
sweet.
very
What?
ugly game.
Like, no, I don't think the Raiders are going to go into Kansas City and win this football game.
No.
The Raids?
The Raids. But for shits and giggles, give me the Raiders. Give me the Raiders for shits and giggles.
I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs. For,
Yeah. You guys will be happy when you get a free win.
yeah.
You never know.
But there was a Monday Night Football game, the last Monday Night Football game doubleheader, where a guy like me went with the Titans over the Dolphins, and there were some laughs going around. Just don't know if I got it 2 weeks in a row, man.
Eagles.
Don't know if I got that two Monday Night Football slates in a row. Giants at Eagles.
Our Lord and Savior Tommy Cutlets let us down, man.
I know.
That run's done. So.
Yeah, it's done. It was cool though. It was fun.
Remember, weren't we having this conversation like last week? We were like, damn, how long is this run going to go on?
Yeah.
I said 1 week.
And all of a sudden, here we are.
It was
The
cool
run-
though. It was fun.
The run is done. It was fun. You were right. Give me
Yeah,
the
I got the
Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah, give me the Eagles.
Yeah.
I got the Eagles. You did, there was a triple header on Monday.
You missed a big one.
I actually didn't put one up there.
Niners, Ravens.
It's a triple. It's a triple header.
Triple for Christmas. They're taking over.
Niners, Ravens.
Super Bowl preview?
I
Question
did.
mark.
Yeah, how'd you miss that game?
Let's hope not. Let's hope not.
It's a logo
This is why I'm gonna be honest with you. This is why I don't like using the ESPN app ever since I did it. But I'm too far in now, so it's like when I go through our head-to-head like records as far as our pick'ems, I used to always do it off of Safari, so it would like line up like when I did it, and then like I switched to ESPN once.
Yeah, now he's knocking the ESPN app.
I'm not a fan
That's
of the
crazy.
ESPN app, man. I didn't even see this game because I had to scroll down on the ESPN. Bro, the Safari.
one more notch.
The Safari.
Come on.
Man, the Safari one, like, if
Don't
I
put it on the phone.
let
You screwed it up.
I did screw it up.
Where
I'll
the
put
hell
that-
is the
that's on me.
accountability?
I'll tell you,
on
hold
Bill's
up, time
Hawk?
out.
All you
Time
gotta
out.
go past
Time
this
out.
little ad on the screen.
Why did they put the ad there? Why did they put the ad there,
That's all you
man?
gotta do is put the
Because I did it like this. I did it like this. I was like, All right, that's got to be it. That's got to be
You
it.
couldn't scroll one more time?
I thought that was the end of the screen. It looked perfect. It
Come
looked like it was
on.
perfect. I'm gonna take some accountability. You're right. I gotta scroll down.
Go right on the board, man.
Listen, time out.
You're taking me off.
Time out. If I'm on Safari, I don't even gotta do all that. I don't even gotta do all that. I just don't.
Okay.
God, I didn't even leave myself that much room. Is it 49ers at Ravens?
Yeah.
Nope. Other way around.
Yeah. Right.
Where's the accountability on this program? Like, I'll take accountability today because the producing, the connectivity has been ass, and that probably has something to do with me. And I'm sorry about it.
I put my hand up. I said that's my fault.
Homie, you said it was the app's fault three times.
Okay, because it is the app's fault. It is the app's fault. Don't put the.
Bro, this game is on ESPN. How are they going to miss it?
I just gotta ask, why the hell is there an ad between the last 3 games? Like, there was nothing like that. I went through the whole schedule. Like, okay, that lines up.
Now you're
that lines
knocking
up.
their business.
It's the
model.
bottom of
That's
the
crazy.
screen.
That's crazy.
Put the ad below the Ravens and 49ers game.
I'm
Why
gonna be absolutely
Why is the Ravens
pissed the next time I hear a Northtown ad.
Why is the
I'm
Ravens-
just gonna get outraged.
Why is the Ravens 49ers game not right here? How much time difference is there between these games? Is there like is there?
Yeah, bro, it's the last one.
Yeah,
They
it's
got to
in-
save the best.
They're not all
for last.
3. Like, cause okay, my fault. Maybe
Yeah,
I.
1, 4:30, and 8:15.
Oh, jeez. Okay. So it's,
Merry
it's the whole
Christmas.
day. It's the whole day. It's not like 7 or 8 o'clock. Okay, it's the whole day. We got. Wait,
Oh,
Christmas is
man.
Monday. That's right.
All right, who you got winning? Jesus Christ.
The Niners,
Those Niners just look too damn
best
good
team
right
of
now.
football.
They just look too damn good.
Take the
He's going-
Ravens.
Take him.
49ers.
Okay.
Only 3 splits this week. 2
49ers are the real.
That's going to be a good game. I can see it going
great.
either way.
Are you smashing the over? Have you seen the over yet? What is it?
Nah, but I'm going to smash the Niners spread.
Yeah, I haven't seen the
I think they take away their running game. I don't know if the Ravens are going to have a chance at it.
They only really have Gus Edwards this week. No Keenan.
and Hargrave
Keaton
and,
Mitchell blew
Armstead
out
is
his
back.
knee.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah.
That was nasty.
Niners gave
it's
up
gross.
200 rushing yards last week. They're going to be a little pissed off.
Yeah, that's the thing about the Niners, dude. They'll give up 200 yards rushing and still blow out the team they're playing. So, yeah, they're a good football team, man.
There we go, man.
Can't believe you missed that game.
bro. Look, I got nothing, man. I got nothing. Now I'm a little defeated, man. I'm a little defeated. I'm a little upset at myself.
We might be setting records today.
It's you can't produce a podcast when your host like shit, right? Just like Josh Allen says.
Like that.
Josh Allen says you can't win a football game when your quarterback plays like shit. You can't have a podcast when your host.
I just
hosts
need you to
like shit.
produce, man. That's all, you know?
You got an A on the class project.
Yeah.
Just like Josh
Congratulations.
Allen said.
Dude, yeah, just do your 1/4.
Yep.
All right, we're good.
All right, man.
All right,
Let's
cool,
go.
man.
Yeah, what a weekly pick'em segment, man. First time this season that I forgot a game and the whole world falls down.
It's because you blamed an app.
I'm-
All right, we're done with that.
We're done with that conversation, man. Shout out to ESPN.
What a fraud app, apparently.
Yeah, what a fraud.
9.
All right, man. My favorite segment, because
My least favorite segment, cause
it's kind of funny because I'm pretty sure this segment might have been Travis's idea.
Was it? That's awesome.
also Jackie,
Oh,
Oh.
whoops.
Jackie got me the cards for.
Out of curiosity,
Something.
if we talked during that, do you hear it? Do you
Oh,
hear
yeah.
us?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't even
Oh.
know you're playing it. My bad.
Well,
I'll take
I thought you
accountability.
queued it in there.
Well, no, I mean that's where we were heading.
Yeah.
That's the
There we go.
direction we were
Oh,
heading.
we're in it now. Let's do it.
We're in.
Awesome.
We are now in the segment.
Cool.
We're currently there. Who's kicking us off this week?
I will.
Okay.
I'm in the kind of the middleman, so there's
Yeah.
really no. It's either you or him going first.
I'm just gonna say, Drew and Casey, don't text us.
Alrighty,
Don't text us
boys.
the guy, man.
Louisville Cardinal alumni.
Okay,
28th overall pick in 2009.
got it. Okay.
I knew it. This fucking idiot. Started at right guard for the Buffalo Bills.
I should know this.
Has only played for the Bills. He was a Pro Bowler in 2015.
I got it written down on my phone right now.
I knew you would.
Hold on.
I got it after. I actually had it after Louisville, and then
Yeah, I figured.
You got it over there, Tank?
No, I don't got it.
2009 draft.
Oh, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you what, you might be mad at yourself.
He was a guard?
I don't got it.
He played right guard.
Played right
He
guard.
started at right guard.
Pro Bowl in 2015.
I got it, I think.
He only played for the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say it.
Hold on. Get hot.
Wait a second.
My arms are.
You know
my
what
hands
happens?
are actually sweating.
You know what happens when somebody on the BillsAholic pod gets hot? Who are you gonna piss off?
Myself.
Himself, yeah.
Myself, because I know this answer and it's gonna.
Yeah, come on.
2015. Did you say what round he was in the draft?
Well, he's the 28th overall pick,
Oh,
so
28th.
that'd be round 1.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I didn't hear that part.
Yep.
God
And
damn.
he only played for the Bills, so therefore he was drafted by the Bills.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
God, asshole.
Just fucking with
He
you.
might
Because
be
I know
good.
you have it. It's sitting right there.
Yeah.
I just think you're gonna be so mad at yourself
2015.
because he could have put one more fact in there that would have just given it dead away, but you
Could've
just
given
can't put
that
that
away.
in there.
No.
Why am I drawing a blank?
Do you have it? Okay.
At least I think I do.
I hate this so much.
You just let me know when we're good.
I'm so bad at this. Just go. You got it.
Eric Wood.
Yes, sir.
God damn it.
Yes, sir. I knew I wasn't gonna get it past Chris, but I knew you would get tripped up. That started at right guard. He
Yes.
played right guard for 3 years
That's
and
why
then
I
moved
kept
to
going
center.
back and forth.
Yep.
Yeah, that did trip me up at the right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go with that.
Also, the Pro Bowler in 2015 was kind of a dead giveaway because
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
So, dude, Louisville. Not a lot of Bills players out of Louisville, man.
I debated not even putting Louisville in there.
Not a lot of Bills
The
players
right
out of
guard
Louisville.
really fucked me up.
I knew it would. Yeah, I'm sorry.
You're
and if I
good.
put he
It's
switched
the
to
name It's
center,
the name of the game.
yeah. I'm
Well, yeah,
sorry.
because then the Bills
That's a dead.
through the drought
Yeah,
had
it's a
like
dead
one center.
giveaway.
Like,
yeah.
All right. I'll
Yeah.
go. He played at FAU. Signed by the Seahawks.
Fraud ass university. All right, my bad.
Signed by the Seahawks in 2016 as an undrafted free agent. He does have a laundry list of NFL actually I can't even say NFL teams because he played over in Canada too. Seahawks in 2016, the Jets in 2016, Winnipeg Blue Bombers in 2018, Montreal Owlets 2019, Cleveland Browns 2019, Miami Dolphins 2020, Bills 2020 to 2022. Houston Texans 2022. The Bills, his second stint was in 2022. New York Giants 2023. You guys got all that?
God damn.
Golly! Hold on. So in 2022 alone, he changed teams twice? He went from the Bills to the Giants back to the Bills?
That's what it sounded like.
No, he went from the Bills to the Texans to the Bills.
Oh, the Texans.
So mind you, they're not gonna all. He's not gonna be on the roster the whole time. He's gonna be on the
Right,
practice
right, right.
squad. And
Yeah.
he is a defensive end. He is currently a free agent at 30 years old. So I'll say this again. He was with the Bills from 2020 to 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Bills, again, later on in the season, 2022. He did spend the most time with the Bills.
And in 2022, you went to the Texans, you said?
Yes. So you got to think, too, he's
Mhm.
mostly practice squad.
Yeah.
With you got some elevations to the active roster.
Travis might have got him this week.
I mean, he did. He had to pull out all the stops, right? That's a good one. That's a good one. Because there's only like, no, that guy played here in 17. Fuck.
I wanted you guys to be like, oh, FAU, got it, Devin Singletary, but no.
That's immediately where my head went. But then I heard about 18 NFL teams, 5 XFL teams, 7 CFL teams, and I was like, ooh, okay, probably not Devin Singletary. Although ironically enough, Devin Singletary, Houston Texan,
Yeah, that is ironic.
but he didn't play for 13 other teams.
Dude, I have a guess, and I have no clue how to say his name.
And then you got the Giants, who, of course, the New
he
York
probably
Bills.
has me with this one because if it's somebody that was like elevated off the practice ground, I'm fucked.
Elevated off the practice squad like tons of times.
And of course,
My only guess, I literally can't type out his name or know how to say his name.
It's not Eli Anko, if that's what you're thinking.
No. Okay, so I'm wrong then. It wasn't him. It was somebody like that. Okay, 2020 to 2022, and then he played for the Texans.
In 2022.
And then back to the Bills.
golly,
Holy
man,
shit,
come
this
on.
guy.
This guy's a bum.
D end?
The end.
Did he play a regular season game for the Bills?
Yes. He played a few.
At D end.
He made some good plays,
You
too.
might
while he
have
was
me.
here.
Like, I don't even have a guess that I can put in my phone.
Dude, I want to guess,
He,
too.
he
It's
had
like-
some good plays.
It's not like I hate leaving it on the table and not even putting a guess out there.
I got nothing.
Defense, man.
Like I'm trying to think in my head who we had around then. You might have me stumped, bro. Like Homer, who you got?
Nobody.
You stumped Homer.
This is stupid, dude.
How you gonna stump Homer?
D end, dude. There was only fucking 5 of them. God damn.
You might have to give it up.
I got nothing.
All right. So, you know me. I'm all about the low-key players that make plays and fight their way on the roster. I liked him. What?
Just go, just say it.
Brandon Bryant.
Damn it, dude. Brandon Bryant. I could have sworn he was a D tackle.
It said the end.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Dude, he got called up like 1,000,001 times for the Bills. No way.
Number 93.
Kobe Bryant? Only 93. I know it was Murphy.
And then
thought he
Linval
was a
Joseph.
I don't
It
even
said
know.
the end, but
I don't
he
even know
probably
who that
did
is.
kick inside too. So he
I
probably
can
played
picture him, man. I can picture his face. And I know he's
Long
got
dreads.
Yep.
His face.
Brandon Bryant.
Brandon
Damn,
Bryant.
man.
I texted Chris the one day. I'm like, damn.
That's a good one.
They just keep playing with that man's emotions, kicking him off the team. Come join the team 2 days
I
later.
don't blame him.
He made some plays when his
I don't
name
even
was
know
called.
who the fuck that guy is.
He says it, and I know exactly what it is now, and it pisses
He
me off.
played
that I
for the
get it.
Montreal Alouettes.
I got one. It might be equally as hard.
What the hell is Alouette?
My guy
What the fuck?
went to Alabama. Drafted in the second round of the 2015 NFL Draft. Played for the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Buffalo Bills. Drafted by the Jaguars and played for the Bills in 2019 and 2020. Appeared in 9 games over 2 seasons, where he rushed for a total of 133 yards and scored only 1 offensive touchdown.
2019 and 20.
2019 to 2020.
I might have my years mixed up.
Do you got anybody in your head?
He went to Alabama. He was an Alabama running back.
I don't give a
That was
piss about
fast.
none but Tide.
That was fast.
Roll Tide.
That was fast.
Fucking chair.
He's like, roll Tide.
Gets me out.
Roll
You
Tide.
gonna roll.
man.
Roll Tide. He's rolling away
This,
from the
this
table.
chair is a fraud.
Yeah,
11.
11. But yeah, no, that chair's all.
2019
11.
2020. Second round by the Jags.
Yeah, I had this quick, man. I have his signed rookie card.
All right,
Answers in.
I got it. Did you see him do it?
No, I didn't. I didn't. And I didn't see you do it, but I
One of the longest necks I've done ever seen.
all right.
Hey, yo. What?
T.J. Yeldon.
Fuck.
Who'd you have?
He's got that long. Yeah.
TJ. It is TJ Yeldon.
It is. I went Chris Ivory, but he was a little bit.
That was Jazz.
Chris
was
Ivory.
back.
Chris Ivory played, and he played for the Jets. He did play for the Jaguars. He played for the
did.
Jets, Jags.
I forgot
and
the
the Bills.
Jets.
I forgot about
TJ Yeldon.
TJ Yeldon
I can picture his up the seam touchdown.
against the Titans.
Yes,
Mhm.
I can picture that, and we still lost that game.
He said,
So,
as soon as you said Alabama Jaguars, it was over.
John,
TJ Yeldon.
you got one, and I got one.
God damn it!
Yes, sir.
I didn't get nothing.
Tied Travis.
Oh my god.
That ain't hard.
No, it ain't.
Wow.
I'm going to come with some heat next week, man. I didn't like my Eric Wood one today.
You see, as long as I can keep stumping them, I'll be okay with losing.
Yeah.
'Cause they don't get any points from me.
Yeah, freaking Kobe
good point.
Bryant, whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah, I liked them.
Brandon Bryant, dude. And it's so annoying because I just remembered Brandon Bryant. I'm so frustrated.
And his name's not even spelled with O-N. It's
It's
I-N.
I I knew it too, dude.
It's I-N.
Like the best part is I can picture his face now. Can remember him wearing 93. Can remember him playing for the Bills in a couple regular seasons games. Can specifically remember that his name's spelled I-head. Like, these are all things in my head that now that he says it, it's like, yep, I remember that guy completely.
Yeah, dude's a fraud.
Because he said it so many times. Oh, that's 12. He said it so many times. Man. Speaking of frauds, I guess we have to start breaking down the Bills-Chargers game real quick. Keys to victory against the Chargers is
Just show up.
I was going to say, do you just get off the plane and put your jerseys on? And
Don't be a bunch of frauds. Win the game.
13.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, good call.
I was like, what are you saying 13 for?
I guess let the Chargers charger.
Their defense is god-awful.
Yeah, I was going to
Their defense has got awful, and Easton Stick, well.
It might be Will Greer if that makes anything any better, which it doesn't.
Oh, shiver me
I want
timbers.
to see. Nah, y'all must have forgot, and I think the Chargers forgot. Get Max Duggan on the field, man.
Is he
Still there?
Is he
I thought-
charging?
Didn't he get 700 dropped on his dome in the national championship game?
I thought he
Yeah, it was only one time.
Did he leave? Or is he still there?
The
I
Horned
thought he was
Frogs.
still
Look,
there.
I don't know. All I know is it doesn't matter who plays quarterback, because even if they
Yeah,
had
it's
Justin
really
Herbert,
Cool to see, though.
even if
That's
they
what
had
I'm
Justin
saying.
Herbert,
Shouldn't matter. Shouldn't matter.
So, like you said, their defense is absolutely garbage.
God-awful. I think
But-
they're still ranked the 28th.
Their really only bright spot is Khalil Mack with
Yeah, we
15
know.
sacks.
Yeah.
But we just shut down elite pass rusher in Micah Parsons. So let's just do the same.
well, yeah, I think a key to the game is continue to do what you did on offense the last 2 weeks, and that's put the ball in your playmaker's hand. And your playmaker's hand is, I'm gonna be honest with you, is
It's
not a
James.
guy named Stephon Diggs. It's a guy named James Cook.
That's where we're going to split a little bit.
I think James Cook has another big game, man.
Because
We're
last week
split.
Last week was so much fun watching James Cook.
A lot of fun.
Finally having that game that we all knew he would have sooner or later. But I think our game plan should be passing the ball. Their defense allows 261.4 passing yards a game. That's ranked 30th. 7.7 yards per pass. That's 28th. And has allowed 24 passing touchdowns this year. That's ranked 27th.
Okay, all right. So I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
their defense stinks.
and it is, and the good news is weather won't play a factor in this one at all. It's in
Exactly.
a dome. Josh Allen does love to sling the rock when he can. I'm just gonna say it, man. Though I just you got something really working there with the run game,
I completely get
and
it.
and I think the Bills.
I'm just going
Well,
off stats.
Truthfully, I think the Bills' game plan week in and week out is to throw the ball, but
But we
they-
clearly have
they-
an offensive coordinator that can
yeah,
adjust.
they showed, dude, if you're going to play a light box, you're going to play nickel because you're scared of bombs over the top, then
yeah, I guess
they're going to run the ball.
I guess the good news is now with the Bills is you said they're not a one-dimensional football team. So now you struggle to, if you don't put more people that load up in the box, you struggle with, okay, the Bills are going to run the ball down my throat. If you put less people in the box, they're going to run the ball. But then if you crowd the box, play action, they can hit you over the top. So there's a lot of different things now the Bills offense with this run game can create, and this might be a game where you do see Josh sling the rock.
I was going to say, I think this might be a game where you just see Brady start implementing a bunch of shit that he wants to see on film. So, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, first and foremost, you got to win.
100%.
Brady's
Just
not
win-
going to
just
do
win the
anything
game.
that's
Just win the game.
you know what I mean, going to be outlandish.
Yeah.
Like, he wants Allen to have a big game. Like, you know what I
He
mean?
just wants to win the game.
Just
He
win
wants
the
to go
game.
1-0 every week.
Simple as that. Just win the game.
Yeah.
I got a little fun tidbit for you guys. Just a little fun
Mm-hmm.
conversation. Josh Allen returns to California, where, of course, he was born and raised. This will be Josh's second time in his NFL career playing California as a pro. What happened last time? Week 1 versus Rams in 2022.
In SoFi Stadium.
Beating the defending Super Bowl champs LA Rams, 31-10. What was his stat line? 26 for 31, 83.9%, 297 passing yards, 9.6 yards a pass, 112 passer rating, and by the way, 4 total touchdowns.
How many turnovers?
I didn't check that.
Well, I know they had a total of 4. I thought he might have thrown 1 pick and fumbled once.
Oh, yeah, because Cook
Cook
fumbled.
fumbled the
Cook
ball on
fumbled
his
on the
first ever NFL
that is
carry.
First ever.
Yeah, I don't think Josh turned the ball over
I
against.
think it
thought
was
he
mostly
did.
fumbles.
Thought it was.
No,
I thought he threw the 1 pick.
it was a pick, but it wasn't his fault. It came out of
Well, I don't care whose fault it is.
It's a pick.
It's
Just
a pick.
wanted to know
I
the
get it,
stat
but it's-
line.
Yeah, but come on, it was
No, it's good. I mean, dude, if he's gonna ball like that in SoFi, fuck it.
Right.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. We
I
ball.
understand, though.
Where else did he play in California? Like you said, 2
High
games.
school football.
Oh,
No.
this
Will be a second game.
Oh, I was gonna say because technically speaking, when the Bills played the 49ers a couple years ago, that game was supposed to be in San Francisco,
But it was in Arizona.
and then it was in Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I thought you said he played 2.
This will be the second.
This will be the second. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, Josh. I was actually thinking that. I was like, Josh. He played a great game in SoFi Stadium last year. Let's see what maybe happens this year. Flip things to the defensive side of the ball. The Chargers quite literally couldn't hang on. They were practically just when they caught the ball or they took a handoff. They would literally just stuff the ball into the Raiders' chest. It felt like they couldn't hang on to a football to save their lives. I saw the stupidest special teams fumble that I've ever seen from their punt returner, who turned around and started running the other way and got the ball quite literally stripped right from him. Like the guy took it from him. Yeah, they couldn't want to give up the ball any more than they did last week. Like they could not do a single thing right. Do I think that's how that's going to happen this week? Probably not. I don't think the Chargers are going to completely turn the ball over six times like they did last week. But get after Easton Stick. He clearly doesn't make the best decisions when he throws the football.
Yeah,
and Rasul Douglas, I'm going to say this. Rasul Douglas, he's going to have a strip this week. They don't like to have ball security, and Rasul Douglas loves to rip the ball out.
Keenan's still questionable too.
That'll be even bigger if he doesn't
I was
play.
gonna say,
if you're the Chargers, you want to lose this
fantasy
game anyways,
team,
dude.
man.
If you want to lose, if you're the Chargers, you just want to lose this game anyways for the draft. If I'm being honest, with you, what do you have to win?
I'm just not gonna put it really much merit to the boost of your interim head coach's first game. I mean, they're terrible. There should be no reason the Bills lose this game.
Yeah, and if they do, then there'll be conversations to be had if they're even legit enough to go make a run in the playoffs. But the way they handled the Cowboys,
they'll be getting called frauds.
Yeah, then as they should be if they lose this game. But I just don't see it happening. But yeah, those I think those.
on the couch yet?
In the kitty
Oh,
litter.
He's
kitty
certainly
litter.
sleeping in the kitty litter.
I don't know if I'm gonna count that because he was saying if the Bills lose, then they'll be out.
No,
So
that one doesn't count. So I think
Yeah.
it counts still 13.
we'll give you a pass, but you still got 13. I
Thanks,
guess.
man.
And McKenna said one more, and I think that was at like 5 or 6. So yeah,
Yeah, that was like 50 minutes ago. So.
You're sleeping with the cats in the kitty.
Apparently.
That boy Jerry, Ben and Jerry.
Hey, man, quick thing, man. In Casey's fantasy league,
Looks like I'm playing you, right?
No, I'm playing Casey.
Oh, so I got
Brandon.
I think last time I played Brandon, I think I handled business, if I'm not mistaken.
How could we go on a podcast without talking about?
We'll
this?
talk about it. We'll talk
Oh,
about
I was gonna say. Okay.
it. But
I thought we were wrapping up.
But me and John, on the other hand, are both in what? So that would be the technically like the divisional round, or no?
This is the semifinals.
The semifinals,
man.
and the next week is the
Next week's the
championship.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
we're next
weekend.
week's podcast
Okay.
could be personal
And-
potentially.
You ready?
And I am
I got
the
Jake.
current defending champion.
Yeah,
Just
and
wanna throw it out there.
and
I'm going for my third.
I've got a reason to want to go win one.
Hey, I'm not putting anything past Casey, man. I played Casey a couple weeks ago, and I had to score 210 points to beat his team. So
you're like a one. Your mind's on Casey. That's where your mind's.
yeah, I
on.
ain't worried about you.
You know the last time we had somebody on the podcast that said that, I went on a 4-game win streak ever since that was said, man.
And he hasn't came back since.
Yeah, and he's been banned. Ben sat here and said, "Yeah, no, I forgot about your fantasy team. I don't care about your fantasy team."
I don't even.
He's on the couch.
He's gonna get thrown out the league. That dude stinks.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Shout out to Ben though, man. Appreciate you.
Looks like someone needs a new fantasy team or fantasy league next year.
No, it's that trade
Wow.
he made.
He did, and then
Yeah,
he
I heard all
claims
about
it's
that.
it's not even like it's a dynasty league or nothing. Like he
Yeah.
said, he's like I'm prepping for next season.
He said he's tanking for a redraft league.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's.
Like all I know is
All I know is next week me and him might be side eyeing each other. That's all.
Good.
Potentially.
Said, don't let John fool you. He tied in the Super Bowl with Lindsey last season.
So what happened after that?
Yeah, sorry. I had Josh Allen and Tyler Bass down 1 point. Yeah, I won the league. I was just being generous and said, yeah, we can split it. That's all.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. To Travis's point, there's something personal this week on the BillsAholic pod. We do have to play Tank Talk pod
That's right.
in the Emerge League fantasy playoffs.
We got our first round bye. We're all rested.
And we don't want to be that, but we don't want to be that team that gets that first round bye, and then loses, man. Like you got Tank Talk who comes out in the wild card. They come out on top. You know, they're walking into our house. They're walking in our trap, and they're hoping they're taking over.
Yeah, and we're coming off a heater, too. I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah, I saw you guys drop a lot of points.
Yeah, we won 151.76 to 130.36.
And like I said,
We take notes.
Yeah. Before the podcast, like I said, our team on our bye week dropped 103. So
There's things that we got to adjust. We'll have conversations on the way home tonight.
We got Tyreek Hill potentially coming back. Ramondre Stevenson potentially coming back. I think we're in a good spot.
Fair enough. We'll figure it out, Travis. We're fine.
You guys will know how it goes next week.
Yeah.
John, you want to hear the lineup here?
I do.
So we got Tua, Kyron Williams. I should have known. Ramondre Stevenson, Tyreek, DK, Travis Kelce,
That's a solid squad.
Garrett Wilson, Rasheed Rice, DJ Moore, Jake Moody, and the Colts of defense.
Now,
and if I want to sub Tua, we got Brock Purdy waiting.
He's got a solid
now
squad.
here's what I'm gonna tell you.
I'm ready.
BillsAholic Pod. You're a part of this.
I'm ready.
You're a part of this now.
Yeah,
you joined late. You're a part of this.
That ain't my team.
It's not a bad team though.
It's
Josh
not a
Allen.
bad team.
Josh Allen at quarterback.
Love it.
Tony Pollard running back.
Fraud.
Gus Edwards running back.
Fraud.
Justin Jefferson wide receiver.
Awesome.
Your next one. This is definitely a fraud.
Oh, boy.
George Pickens.
Fraud.
Yeah,
George Kittle. Jahmyr Gibbs. Adam Thielen. Jacoby Myers. And Chris Boswell. And the Eagles defense.
Hey, you guys are fucked.
Awesome. God damn
We're
it.
fucked.
He's taking tank talk on the spread.
Yeah.
I don't think we can really sub anybody in to make it really.
Dude,
You want
his team-
you want to hear something funny?
It's a solid team, but Tank's team that's different.
We got into the playoffs 5-9, bro.
JSN.
Wow.
I don't know how we ended up 5-9, but
Wow, with that team?
Yeah.
Is the Tank Talk Pod kind of like the Buffalo Bills? That's a team that you just don't want to play.
yeah,
in
you
the
don't want
playoffs?
to play. You don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to run into
Now,
that.
that's I think we swept you in the regular season, if I'm not mistaken.
There's probably a good chance.
So
Wow.
what the
5-9, there's a good chance.
What the funniest part about it is you could honestly see us sweeping you in the regular season and dropping you in the playoffs. That's just how it would be. That's just how it would be. Because fantasy football, bro, like damn near you. Like
It's
fantasy.
Yeah, and I'm looking at my lineup. We got guys that absolutely need to play.
I like your odds, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
dude.
I don't like our odds.
That doesn't sound like a 5-9 team, but
It's crazy, and
that's
I don't know
that's
what the
what's
fuck
so fun about
happened.
fantasy football.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I could easily see me and Travis being. I mean, last week was a good week for me. Like I came off. I don't know who I played in Casey's league, but not even a chance. It was never even close to start.
Matthias.
It was never even close to start. So that was awesome to just get through that. And then in the Emerge League, it's like I'm in the playoffs, but I don't got to do nothing round one. So
Yeah.
like
That's how it was with Casey's league. I had that round 1 bye, and then in the Yahoo league where I beat the brakes off of Mr. Nate, which I really didn't.
shout out Mr. Nate.
I only squeaked by because, like I said, he had Kincaid and Gabe in there.
Yeah.
I was the 1 seed. I mean, by far, I had 11 or 12 wins, and the next guy had 7. And I almost lost week 1 because they didn't do a bye week there. So
Hey, me and Travis in our Fun Guy
it's
League,
fun.
we both got a first round playoff win.
Hey,
We're moving on to the next
I
round.
squeaked by.
And
That's
we
up.
were both projected to lose, too. So
That's
shout
what's
out
up,
to the
man.
adversity of our squad.
about that time of the year where
We're
we
projected
get
to
stressed
lose,
out,
man.
boys.
We're projected to lose this week. That's what sucks.
I
That's
think
what
I'm
sucks.
projected to lose this week too. And Fun Guy.
I just don't want to get knocked out of any of my leagues, man. Like I know that's
Yeah.
always the goal, but like, dude, I want one of my teams to still
That's
be.
why I
in there.
like Dynasty Leagues. It's like, all right, let's set the squad up. We'll be better next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to get in on one of those. I really would.
We might have a spot open. We'll see.
Amen. I'm there. But what another successful episode of the BillsAholic Pod, man. I mean, coming off a big win on Sunday, got a big game on Saturday, got some big AFC matchups for the Bills this week that I'm looking forward to watching. And
Could shape out to be a good weekend.
it could potentially, or let's see how it goes,
Close to
man. Let's see how it
Christmas,
goes. It's a Christmas special.
That is.
Shout out to everybody out there that, we got a lot of love this past week. Like 28 subscribers in like 4 or 5 days, which is awesome. TikTok's almost at 200 followers, which is insane.
We also know absolutely nothing about football, boys.
We're
just talking from our
I would
ass.
say, and clearly a lot of people
I love
think
that comment.
Yeah,
dude.
clearly a lot of people think we talk out of our asses.
Those are the best.
I would say a lot of comments out there that you,
We
hey
get our
bro,
football knowledge from Reddit.
not everybody needs to just sit up in front of a mic and start a podcast. Love it. But shout out to everybody. I mean, hey, lots of love, lots of hate.
We're over
But
100 on YouTube.
The hate equals love. We hit 100. Now we're at 121, if I'm not mistaken, which is pretty badass.
122.
122. So 122 subs.
Shout out you
So
guys.
that's up. And man, what a week! What a week this past
Merry
weekend.
Christmas,
I
man.
would say, and then
Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry Christmas to everybody out there that's watching it, and a happy New Year.
We'll be on before the new year.
Yeah.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go
Don't be a
Bills.
bunch of frauds.